Strobe light situation going down. Hey, as our super producer always says. Okay, we started. Love it. I love it. Let's go. Episode 16. Oh no, maybe we pulled out of that. I wonder. Yes. Green. Why some light? Good evening, good day, night, great people. Lights. Just give me the lights. What they do, I know those people. You know, that's God, no. Mr.
Hey,
Balls,
what's popping?
what's going on, good sir?
I can
Why
hear
your
the
bottle
background
looks so
music.
small?
Collins in the house. Where's our background music? Oh, I hear it. What's popping, everybody? Welcome. What the Funk is in the house. First time catching this live. Yeah, man, we do this every Thursday. What the Funk. This is our 16th episode. It's 12 of us. 12 of us good brothers from all across the nation that get together and do Ask a Black Man Anything. We actually met each other on Clubhouse, man. We met each other on Clubhouse around January, and we were doing a Clubhouse room. Shit, how often were we doing it, Chris?
7 days a week.
7 days a week. We was on Clubhouse heavy. I mean, it was like a
Heavy.
part-time job, man. 2 hour. Everybody, we was doing at least because some of the rooms was lasting for 5 hours, and we do that multiple nights. So we're looking at a 15-hour, 20-hour work week at Clubhouse, and that's how we built our relationship. And so what happened was we all came into a partnership and decided to go ahead and create it and turn it into a brand. And so now we created the brand, Ask a Black Man Anything. We all own it equally. And we decided to take it from Clubhouse and move it to YouTube. Because
No, we don't.
while
I own
Clubhouse,
it.
yeah, Chris is the boss. While Clubhouse is cool for the audio portion of it, it's limited. It's a new app. A lot of people don't want to download new apps, and we wanted the voice in the whole platform to go larger. So we decided to branch off to YouTube, and so now we're a hybrid. We're a hybrid of YouTube and Clubhouse together. In fact, should we start
Clubhouse
the room at
not
Clubhouse
started
tonight?
yet.
I can.
We
Let
haven't
me.
started up. We can pull it up in a minute.
All right.
Mr. Hardiman,
What's up, Chris? How are y'all?
hey, can we change your name to Mr. Top Hat?
Mr. Top Hats.
I
Sure.
love your top hats. Yes,
They're the bestest.
absolutely,
They're
sir.
the bestest in the westest.
I just want to say for the record, I've been slacking on my water intake, but that's okay. I just got back in town, so I'm getting back in rhythm with working out. So, but I still got a little left from a couple of days ago.
Is it pure water or are you
No,
you
it's
still doing-
PCA.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Rob said he's gonna be a little bit late. And so did
Mr. West.
yes, Wes.
Mr. West is not in the building on time.
Are you leaving? Is there a way that we can move this poll?
How's everybody's? No, you just hit the 3 dots and then hit close poll.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't gonna actually close the poll
Oh, got it.
because I have. Oh, I'm not on that. I'm not on that controls of the main account.
How's everybody's week been?
Oh
Mine
man,
has
it's
been
been
good,
good, man. I traveled to Buffalo to bury my stepfather. Kind of like my step-in dad, bonus dad. He was a part of my life for 27, 28 years. I met him at 14. However many years that is. I can't do them. Let me say 14. Mine's 14. 28, yep. So I met him at 14. Probably the first man, I won't say probably, the first man to ever hug me. And like the big, hey, I love you hug, right? My bio dad was in Arkansas. So fast forward, we buried him Sunday. My mom and him were married for 25 years. As heartbreaking as it is, it is good. It was good to see family.
Yeah.
We have this game that we play called Last Tag. Absolutely phenomenal game. So it's always good to play that. The drive back was terrible because I didn't want to fly 5 people last minute. So that was something. Um, and uh, Man, and my grandmother lives in Buffalo. So I tell you, my grandmother's the epitome of a woman. I love her. Always wondering if I'm hungry. You know, always trying to be a caretaker. Um, she said something while I was there. She's 93 this year, right, Colin? And I went to go pick up the water bottle that one of the family members had left, and she was like, "No, no, no, you sit down. I have company." And I'm like, 93, and she's still taking care. Go ahead.
No, I'm listening.
93, and she's still being, hospitable, right? So what an amazing woman,
Yeah.
for to be the matriarch of my family. She lost her husband in 2004, my grandfather. So that's been 17 years, kind of interesting, for being alone. She told me at the funeral, she said, that man in the white, now mind you, I think he's a relative, right? That man in the white suit, he been eyeing me. I said, don't worry about it, Granny. I'm standing right here with you. Yeah, you see, I don't want that. I said, don't worry about it, Granny. So,
Granny
that
still got
warms
it.
my heart. Say what?
Said Granny still got it.
I mean, come on now, right? 93.
Mhm.
So, yeah, so outside of that, man, I have had a partially challenging week. Taking my kids to a college fair, only to find out that one of them didn't really want to go to college, but he didn't want to go to the school that I wanted him to go to. He wants to go to school so he can wrestle, and now we're going to be able to marry what he wants and what I want, and so I'm excited. I'm happy for him. So now he's excited.
Okay.
Now he's ready to go again. But how about yourself, man? How was your week?
Well, first of all, my condolences to you and your family.
Thank you.
But glad you got to spend time with family and your grandmother.
Yes.
Cherish that. I mean, she is a living, walking history book. So,
Believe
uh,
that.
and we lost my grandmother last year, 95. Mine, sharp as a whip, like still remembers vividly what happened back in the 1920s. So she was like a history book, knows our whole lineage. And I'm glad I got to record her on my phone.
Wow.
Literally days before she passed away. So, but yeah, my week has been crazy. It's been, I ain't gonna sugarcoat this thing. It's been busy because November is gonna be a busy month. We have like 6 events in November, so it's just been all these tech calls and tech rehearsals and trying not to schedule these things on the same date as other clients' rehearsals and things like that. So yeah, it's just a bunch of moving pieces in the midst of scaling and about to launch our new website and onboard a new project manager. So it's like 3 different components all happening at one time. And who is it all coming in? But it's worth it because it's going to get me to a more peaceful place. That's my week in a nutshell. Mr. Rawls with the unlimited depth of field, with the immaculate depth of field. Let me say that. Making us look bad with his polished cinema camera.
Everybody's talking about my camera. I
I'm
guess
be
like
upgrading mine soon.
Well, it's just
Oh,
people,
thank you, Miss Melanie. I appreciate you, Mel. I
people
wasn't
on
looking at
YouTube
the
are so
chat,
used
but
to
I
it.
am now. Thank you. Elbow bump. Sweet. I appreciate that. Go ahead, Shan.
No, he was talking about my camera, and I get that a lot. I think it's because people are so used to just regular webcams and not using mirrorless or DSLRs, and then having the space. Oftentimes people use like a small room, set up a corner space so it doesn't take a lot of footprint. But it's the whole setup. So it's nothing special.
Exactly. You got the lights. You got the TV screen. Where's that fish tank? Got it blurred out. So it's very cinematic, very very polished, very professional setup there.
You got lights
from one video production specialist to another.
No, I'm saying I got lights in this thing.
Yeah, how you gonna look at Chris lights? Chris got the Christmas string up.
Hold on, let me get my lights going.
Chris got the Christmas string up.
So listen. So here's the thing, and it's so crazy. So my strobe lights, LEDs, I put them up Tuesday. I got them Tuesday, and I was like, okay, let me just make sure they stretch around the room. So I taped them up, and I was like, I'm not gonna, because I wanted to go over my bed, right? Because I'm doing my broadcast in my room until I get ready to build my home, and bring my wife in. I'm speaking that into existence. So
you manifesting your wife. We were on the lead attorney show today. We were talking about women. Were talking about I got my journal so I can manifest my husband. But go ahead, manifest your wife, Chris. Go ahead, manifest your wife. Go ahead. Well,
my dating experiences have gotten better, so hopefully they can come to an end with an amazing woman, and we ride off into the sunset. And I do a lot of heartbreak. So I can't believe you got married on me. I wanted you. You didn't speak up. Anyway, so I wanted them to go around the room. So Tuesday I got them, and I was running because I was preparing to leave Thursday, so to drive up to New York. So Wednesday was a really long day, and I'm just running, doing all of this stuff, preparing, getting clothes and last minute stuff, and I still didn't have everything before I left. Long story short, I try to go to bed at midnight Wednesday. Wake up, or not wake up, but 1:00 I can't sleep. I'm like, you know what? I'm up. I'm gone. Pack the car, pack the truck, grab the kids, slap them. Hey, come on, get up, get in the car. You can sleep in the car. Don't do nothing else. Just go get in the car. Go get in the truck. Boom. They hop in the truck. And I'm gone. I drive for probably about 4 hours. I pull over, and it's like 6, 7 in the morning. It was 5 hours actually. 7 in the morning. And I'm like, all right, good place to chill, relax, rest. Pull over, gas up, eat. It's like 30 minutes later, I'm back on the road. So now it's Thursday, and what do we have? We have our show Thursday night. Ask a Black Man Thursday night. So I get all the way to New York, check into my hotel room. I am dog tired. And I know that if I go to sleep, we don't have no show last week. Like, I know it. So they have been up like this around the room. I won't show you my room, but they've been up like this. And I've been trying to figure out, do I want to just, go ahead and make it official? But yeah, they're poorly hung Christmas lights. So judge me not. But I can hit that red from my phone. No, I got. Oh wait, let me cut them off first.
Oh!
Change the colors.
Don't do it to them.
Chris is proud of them. Chris, are you proud of them lights, huh?
Man, yeah, man. And I got this crazy remote. I'm like, I don't want no daggone another remote. They said download the app. I got the app. So. Anyways, so
where's everybody at?
What's been up? Man,
where's everybody at?
Good question.
I don't even want to fire up the clubhouse room if anybody pulling up. It's 12 of us. Where's the other 9 brothers at? Where's the other 9 brothers?
Thursday night.
Wes and Rob are running late. I think Jamal said he's going to be back. He's back on contract, so I don't know if he's working tonight. I know that he started back up in October, and Trill is on vacation. He's on a vacation. Him and the missus are out I think Ochos Rios or something like that, or somewhere. Um, and they doing it good.
That's right.
Let's see.
Clifford's at
CP.
Bible study.
Yeah, Cliff is there. I talked to
We ain't
Daryl.
seen Cliff in 3 weeks or a month.
Well, he works 2 jobs and he's a pastor, so.
Yeah, he was here 3 weeks ago.
So everybody got an excuse for me and you.
Daryl, what were you saying about Daryl?
I ain't seen
I
Daryl.
think
Where's Daryl? I ain't seen Daryl in a month and a half.
Where's
so.
our
Daryl was
resident
sick.
old head?
Daryl was sick for a while.
Oh,
How's he doing? Is he all right?
So he said he's nursing some migraines. Last text message that we exchanged. So, there's that
talk to him,
part.
Chris. You know how I feel.
We'll reach up to
You
him.
said what?
I said talk to him. You know how I feel. Talk to everybody. I want a day off. I ain't had a day off yet. 16 times.
Take a day
I've
off,
been here.
Shane. You deserve it. Take a day off.
That's not true. You did have a day off.
When I had a day off, we all had one off.
Well, don't say you ain't have a day off.
When I had a day off, we all had a day off. I've been here
Actually-
16. This is episode 16. I've been here 16 times. So, so tell everybody pull up. We need to have a conversation. Let's have a conversation.
You got 42 days. What's 6 times 14? Wait, 16? 16 times 6. 90. You've had 96 days off in between the days that we do broadcasts. Friday to Wednesday. Take advantage of it. Be like the old Negro spiritual. I won't complain.
Just saying what I'm saying. What about Robert and Steve? And Shahid?
You know what? Shahid is a faithful. Robert said he's going to be late. I did talk to Robert. He said he's going to be late. And I did talk to Robert. I didn't talk to Shahid, but we did a promo. Or I did a promo with Shahid's picture. So on Instagram, I actually tagged you in the on the IG page. So,
all right, everybody.
Shane, you getting that new MacBook Pro?
They all listening to us like niggas over there talking about they internal house problem. The new one, the M1 chip, nah, because I got a 16. I got a 16.
The M1 Pro and the Pro Max, the new ones that was just announced.
That's what I just said. Ain't that what I said?
You said
I'm
M1.
old, so what did I say?
You said M1 MacBook Pro.
And you said what?
M1 Pro, M1 Max. That relates to chip name. So they're
really?
the MacBook Pros, but the chips in those new MacBook Pros are the M1 Pro and the and the M1 Max. So you said M1 MacBook Pro. That was the one that came out like a year ago. The M1 chips in the MacBook Pros.
The answer is no.
Very, very confusing. Yes.
I know, and that's how Apple get down. No, I'm not picking it up. I'll grab something because right now I have a 2020 16-inch.
Okay.
I have a 2020 16-inch MacBook Pro. I'm fine. Until only time the processor heats up and I hear the fans is when I'm doing lives and I got like 9 cameras coming in. Other than that, I'm skating through everything. I heard they're blazing fast though. I haven't tested one, but I'm not cutting like I used to. I'm not cutting in I'm not cutting on Final Cut Pro. I'm not making movies I don't make movies anymore.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm a retired film producer. So right now I'm in fashion. So everything that we do in fashion is photography. It's all still photos. And I got plenty of horsepower for still photos. I got plenty of horsepower for still photos. Now we do shoot campaigns. We do shoot video campaigns, but bruh, I'm not they don't need to be in 4K. They're not going, we're not sending them to TV. Everything, all of our video campaigns is for internet distribution. So 19, still high definition, just basic full HD 1920 is fine. So I can cut essentially all our full campaigns. I got a couple I got a couple 2020 12.9-inch iPad Pros. And then a bunch of other old. I got like 7 iPads. We can cut everything on all of those. So when I think about, do I need to grab the latest computer? It's just an ego thing, and I need to behave on that because my ego costs me a lot of money.
I'm definitely not that. I'm very. It has to make sense, because I just need things to work. So I'm still on my 2015 MacBook Pro. So it's gonna be a huge. Yeah, it's gonna be a huge.
And that's with the old keyboard. The 15s was the year with that shitty keyboard, right?
2015 was the last of the good one. 2016 is when they remodeled to what you have right now. 2016 is when they remodeled it to the 4 USB
the keyboard. It's the keyboard.
Then,
it was a keyboard.
The butterfly. Yeah,
you got a butterfly.
2016.
Okay. No. Well, no, they went back.
The 2015 was the last MacBook Pro that has all peripherals on it. So it has a 2 Thunderbolt, 2 USB, 3 ports, HDMI, SD card slot. Then they went to the design you're on right now in 2016. So from 2016, that's when they came out with that new butterfly keyboard. And then I think 2017 is when they revised it. Then
because everybody complained about that. So you missed that year. So that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, on purpose, because I could have upgraded, but I stayed on this one because I saw what came out and I was like, I'm not about to go and buy dongles galore and all that kind of stuff. But with these new MacBook Pros, definitely justified because, with just all the, I don't run virtual events on this laptop. Like it can't handle a basic Zoom. I do it on my iMac Pro. So I have a 10-core iMac Pro machine. But being able to run these big virtual events from a laptop would be awesome. And just the specs on those processors, just on the M1 Pro, that thing is like, it knocks everything else out the water.
Well, because what are they started? They're only $2,500, right? They're not even that expensive.
Yep.
Yeah, just grab one.
Definitely getting one.
You'll love it.
All right, gentlemen.
And I'm assuming they have USB 3.
They brought the ports back. They brought the SD card slot back. They brought the HDMI port, and now it's 3 USB 3 or USB-C ports. And they brought the MagSafe back too, so the magnetic connector.
Got it. Cool.
So,
Chris is like, what are these niggas? Chris, listen, like, what are these niggas geeking out on?
Yeah, I'm about to shut all that down real quick.
He like, what are these niggas geeking out on?
What? I got a PC. Wit. No, I mean, I do enjoy tech talk, stuff like that. Only because I just don't, I like to surround myself with people who are smarter than me. I think it's a good idea. Yes. And sometimes it gets really boring being the smartest person in the room. Because then everybody looks to you and now all eyes are on you when you talk. And, sometimes I like to just, kind of be in the background, and absorb. With that being said, welcome everybody to Ask a Black Man Anything. The show where you literally can ask any question that you want to ask. It's every Thursday night at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time, 6:15 Pacific, or specific, depending on where you're from. And we got folks from the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, South, and Texas, because Texas is their own coast, for whatever it's worth. And with that being said, I do want to introduce my lovely co-hosts, Mr. Colin Hardiman and Shannon Rawls. Colin, I want you to answer me this question. You used to say that you would slip away to Houston, and I want you to do your introduction, please. You should slip away to Houston, and that would be like your getaway. You live in H-Town now. So where's your getaway?
Ireland. Where my pots of gold is, I go to Ireland every time I get the chance. Cost me gifts.
Hey, I'm not even mad. Not even remotely mad. Does Ireland is Ireland up at this
point? Ireland.
What? What'd you say, Shane?
You moved to Ireland?
No.
No, that's his getaway.
Chris was like, where do I get away? Because Houston used to be my getaway, but now that I live here, where's my getaway now? But that was a good question. Shoot, I don't really get away a lot unless I'm just going back home to Austin. But what were you asking about Ireland?
Is Ireland watching around this hour?
It is. It's 2:00 in Ireland right now. It's 2:45 in the morning. So no, everyone is asleep. No, everyone's at the pub.
The pub. The pub.
Y'all know they get a week off for Halloween. Like they Halloween is a holiday for them. So they have this entire week. Huh?
Why'd you call it the pub? It's not a bar.
No, they call it a pub in Ireland.
But you in America.
What he said, what are people doing right now? So I said it's 2:45, so people are asleep. And I was like, no, they're at the pub. So the bar for them is a pub. So Sam, get out of here.
Is pub an abbreviation or a contraction or what's the full word for pub? Anybody know? Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat know?
Oh, we looking at chat now.
What is a pub? I'm curious because they can pull it up. What does pub stand for? That we know that's a bar. What does bar stand for? Bar is an acronym. Bar stands for.
Pub is a public house. What do the letters in pub stand for? Literally public house.
Oh, public house. Okay. So that's they're going to get a drink at the public house. Look up bar. Bar is an acronym for something. I know we all consider it just like, we're going to the bar or, you sitting at the bar. But bar actually stands for something. I forget what it was.
Not sure.
Let me see. Why
is it called the bar? The origin of the term bar is from the barring furniture divided a medieval European courtroom. The area behind the bar is open to the public. This restriction is enforced in nearly all courts. You went legal. I ain't talking about passing the bar for Juris Doctorate. I'm talking about the bar. The idea of the bar stands for the beer and alcohol room. Oh, I ain't got to that one yet.
The beer and alcohol room. Miss Parker know. She knew. Miss Parker. When I heard that, I was like, the beer and alcohol room. So we're going to the beer and alcohol room tonight, baby. The beer and alcohol room.
I can't really speak on bars, but I guess I should have been an attorney as many times as I passed the bar.
Miss Parker's.
No, you didn't like that. It was sound effects. All right.
I caught it. I just, I was looking at Miss Parker. Miss Parker. When you gonna let me, Miss Parker?
Hey, Miss Parker. Miss Parker, when you gonna let me?
All right. Only came up, Miss Parker.
What you say, baby? Nothing. Classic. Friday.
She's been hearing that. She's been hearing that for 20 years.
Probably.
She's been hearing that for 20 years. Man, let's just get into 16.
It. Get into it. So while you're in the chat, make sure that you take a moment to go ahead and share this with your friends on your social media pages. Just type, hey, come join me over at youtube.com/askablackmananything. We want your friends to be here because you're here. Because guess what? We want you all to be here. Anyways, so.
And also invite them to come on stage also.
That too. That part.
Y'all click that link in the chat. Scroll all the way to the top. Click that link that says join shannonrawls.com, and won't y'all come on stage and come on camera and have a good discussion with us. But yeah, let's get into the topics.
Hey, you know what I discovered? What I noticed is that when you pin something to the top, it doesn't stay there if a lot of people talk. It disappears. So
Oh.
if
What
every once in a
category
while,
are you? Is yours set to live chat or top chat?
it
Are you
depends.
talking
You
about on
could
the YouTube page, or are you talking about in
on
the?
YouTube, on you because I pin it on YouTube,
Oh,
and it may be up there
live
right
chat.
now,
Look at
but it might not
there.
be up there later.
I just switched to live chat.
Yeah, learn something.
Top
See,
chat. Yeah, let me
see everybody's chat, not just select.
You're not just
look
the
at
popular
God.
posts.
And I'm on like 3. You're in our call room. Yep. Miss Parker, where you from? Came up and come talk to me. Where
Uh-oh.
you from? Where you from? You might be close enough for me to take 23 members out of your family.
Mac Daddy.
So,
And leave them.
so
And
I was,
leave.
so I was just told a pub, on the other hand, is like a restaurant that serves great alcoholic drinks too.
Yeah, no. Well,
You
we know what
were
it is. I was just wondering what pub came from. I wanted to know the etymology of the term pub.
Uh,
That's all. And so Chris got it. The public room.
so I just remember you said that you were married to a preacher's wife.
Yes. Pastor. Bishop.
And listening to you now, I hear certain things.
Uh-oh.
People don't use etymology unless
Unless what? They're educated?
unless it's church based, typically. Um,
No, that's not true. That's not where I got that from, I don't
typically.
think. Really?
No, I'm not. I'm saying typically. So, when you talk about homiletics, etymology of a word, usually spelling bees, but for the most part, people break down words and they say, let me give you the etymology of the word. Just tell me what the root of it is. Don't try to be all deep. Just say root. Like, come on. What's the root word in like a spelling bee?
What's the hit?
Anyways,
Where'd it come from? Give me the
right.
history.
Like
The
you
etta
got
what? The etta who? Just tell me the history
you
of the
can't even
word.
spell that backwards. Right. You can't even spell that backwards.
That's funny.
Man, we could have took tonight off, man.
You know why? And you know why I think you associated with church is because oftentimes, and this is for everybody that goes to church, you know that the pastor always wants to break down a word and tell you the history on it. They'll create some shit
And
too.
he always has a story.
got to
Yeah,
exegete.
it's a story. They always create something that's going to go on with the word. And then they want to tell you where the first part of it comes from and the second part of it comes from. And they like to say the etymology of the word. See, let me explain to you submission. See, of submission comes from submarine. And mission comes from where you're heading. See, so if you get the submarine and the mission together, you got to be... That's how they do that shit.
Oh, you sound like you right in there.
I'm making it up as I go along. So what the fuck a submarine got to do with submission? It ain't got nothing to do with it, but that's how they'll go. They'll go way off on the tangent, just creating their own etymology of a word. It ain't got nothing to do with the Latin meaning or the historical root of a term. They just make it up. Submission. Ladies, submit to your man. Submission, the root of the word comes from the first part is sub, which stands for submarine. The second part is the mission. So if you are you gotta hunt and do what your man want, like you in the Navy. Like you in the Navy. And it's like hunt for Red October, and you on a mission to make sure that you're doing everything you need to do for your man. Remember that movie, Hunt for Red October, with Sean Connery? It's one of the best movies in the world. It's one of the best movies in the world.
It was a really good movie.
Submission is beautiful, Princess says. Really? Princess, you ready to submit to your man? Submit to your man. You know, that's a trigger word. You know, women are triggered. Women are triggered by certain words because they're so emotional. They don't care about the real meaning of it or what it has to do with anything. It just makes them, if it makes them feel bad, they don't like it. Submission. I ain't submitting to no man. What the hell? I ain't submitting to you. How dare you? You know, look at the vows in weddings. Chris, you're an ordained minister. You can actually marry people. You know, a lot of times people, when they write their own vows, because they want to write their own vows, they like to take out that obey. They want to remove obey. Ladies, how many ladies how many ladies that's watching us want either removed? If you're married, did you remove obey from your vows? And if you're gonna get married or anticipate on getting married one day, will you remove the word obey from your vows?
They just want
I know y'all don't like that.
They don't want the. They just want bay. They don't want the O.
Let me look it up. I forget it. Do you take thee to my wedded husband to have and hold to take thee to my wedded husband to have and hold and to hold from this day forward, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and health, to love, cherish, and to obey till death do us part. To have and hold from this day forward, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and health, to love, cherish, and to obey till death do us part. A lot of women don't like that word obey. They'll be damned if they're gonna obey a man. They're not obeying nobody. Yes, Carla. I generalize. The whole world operates on generalizations, love. That's how it works. That's how the world operates. Especially when I tell people, especially when you have enough data to generalize.
Yep. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here in the sight of God to join together this man and woman in holy matrimony. I got a book. They gave me a minister manual.
A minister manual.
So if I ever wanted to marry anybody, I ain't got to make it up. Right there.
Obey, submission. Those are dirty words. Dirty words. Dirty words.
What is WTP? Or what the funk? What the funk?
Yeah, that's my guy. Yeah, he's cool. He cams up oftentimes.
They in there flirting, Lakeisha and Miss Parker and all of them. Miss Parker.
They flirting with what the
Parker. Funk? Yes, sir. They are.
Everybody want him. He overseas. He's in shit. I'm not sure where he's at. He's in Europe somewhere. Or no, Finland. I think he's in Finland. He'll say. He's one of those high value men. He's a high value man. He ticks off all the boxes on the high value part. Ladies all want him. And every time he cams up, he's chilling on the sofa. Yeah, that's my guy. Oh, he's in Germany. Oh. Yeah, he's in Germany. See,
Mr.
Princess
Muhammad.
says obedience. Princess says obedience isn't an issue. We obey rules and laws every day. Adjoining yourself with the correct man is what is important. Adjoining yourself with the correct man is what is important. But I would assume, Princess, that when you get married, that you believe that your husband is the correct man. In fact, before you get married, I'm assuming, when you say yes to his proposal, I'm assuming that you already believe that he's the correct man. Who goes into a marriage thinking he might not be the correct man or the correct woman? Who believes? So if that's the case, then why remove the term? Who goes into
perfect opportunity to plug my book.
Oh yeah, to make sure you are picking the right one.
Make sure you're picking the right person. The Ultimate Vetting Guide coming out Black Friday weekend.
Carla says those specific vows don't come from the Bible, though. The submission does. Yeah, that's man-made. Those vows are man-made, probably made by some oppressive regime a couple thousand years ago. Created that up, and we just kept it going. So that sound, Carla, are you going to use when you get married? Is Carla married? Maybe she's already married. Is Carla married?
She is married.
Okay. I wonder, does she use vows? Not everyone vets correctly.
She's military too, so She knows about submission and order and all that good stuff.
Well, yeah, you have to. She knows she has to follow UCMJ. She don't want an article. She don't want an article. Article 13. She knows. What the funk says, plug your book.
I did.
Plug your book, and you should have men get together and read parts of your book and make it an audio book on your own channel. Hey, what is okay? We know about the other book, but what about the new one that's coming up, Chris? What's the latest with that? What's the name of it? Give everybody a little information on it.
Sure. It's I actually talked about it just now. It's the Ultimate Vetting Guide. It's actually a workbook. So let's just say a guy like me just started to date, or I wanted to date like 3 women, right? And I get really excited about all of them. And they're all really great women, all have great qualities. They all say the right things, and I can't choose which one I want to be with. The best way to do that is to find out, how do you align with each one on some of the most important conversations that are needed in a relationship prior to getting into an exclusive relationship. Topics like child rearing, right? You want to know, like, if they have kids and you have kids, how do they rear their children? Do they yell and scream, or are they a teacher? You want to talk about that, because one of the things that you don't want to do is get into a relationship with someone and you're 6 months in, and now you're staring at them and how they discipline their child. It is completely different than what you do. Another area is like giving money to family members or supporting family. Some people support their family members, right? Like just recently, my mom's husband passed away. It could be a trigger for someone if I send my mom $500 just off the bustle without asking my partner if it comes from the joint account. If we're in, that space, if we're married, right? That's a conversation that you want to have. So it allows you to ask some sample questions. You can kind of take my questions and remix them, because the worst thing you want to do is you have the book and the young lady has the book, and now y'all just reading from the book, and she knows you're asking the sample questions. So you want to remix the questions, but it gives you a general base so that you can jot down what you like about, or what the person says when you ask them about, their belief on church, or their belief on this subject, or their belief on that subject. And then you can kind of do a compare and contrast. And one of the most important parts after you ask the question is you get to evaluate how you felt about what they said. How did I feel about it? Was I emotional? And you write that down, and then you can kind of go back and look over it. So it's a vetting book. It allows you to literally just take a look at each person individually, where you take the excitement out of it, sort of, and you see the person for who they truly are. So now you can make an accurate decision on somebody based on hard facts, not just on a vibe, because you can't get married off a vibe, right? You can't, some people do, but I think that's stupid. And this is just my personal opinion. I think it's wrong just because the vibe is right, we're going to get married. No, because 6 months later, if you find out that, they're doing, that they gamble, and you had a father that you lost every home that you stayed in because, your father gambled, and that's a trigger for you because you didn't have that conversation. Now you're 6 months into a relationship, and now you're heartbroken, and you got to start all over. That's how you see women say, this is my king, and by December, it's their 4th king. He's my king, it's on their 4th king, or a guy, this is my queen, he's on his 5th queen for the year. The vetting is wrong. So my book helps you get off the rat race of vetting, get off the rat race of dating, and get into a proper vetting process. So that's what my book is. It's more of a workbook, and you can download it plenty of times, write in it, stuff like that. So yeah.
When are you releasing it? When is it coming out and available?
Black Friday.
Black Friday.
I was told that I was sitting on a gold mine. I won't say who said it, but somebody rather influential told me I'll sit on a gold mine, and they like looked at me like I was really stupid and said, "You better finish the book, and you need to have it out by Black Friday." So
Are you
here you
having
have it.
Are you having a book release party?
I probably will do something on Clubhouse, just to feature it, and then I'll just release it. Like I don't have like a great huge audience where or like major influencers, because apparently I'm an influencer now and I didn't realize it. But I don't have 30,000 followers where my book can be my workbook can be the next. So really, it's going to be word of mouth, people sharing it, and then they're talking about their experience being able to properly vet people. Because women have a book through dating coaches. They talk about questions to ask men, but men don't have a way to properly vet women. And I think we need it because we get excited about the cover of the book, but rarely have we learned how to take time to read the pages of the book. So, if you're 30, you're probably gonna be like, "Oh, she fine." You're 22, she fine. I just want to, be with her because she make me look better, or. But it gives you it gives you a proper look at a person, I think. And I think it's like maybe 40 or 50, 45, 50 different conversations that you could have prior to jumping into an exclusive relationship. Yep.
That's what's up. They clowning me in the Mr. O said it's Article 15. Princess is laughing. Article 13. No, Article 15 is a non-judicial punishment. That's what all the soldiers get. That's what you get when you're in basic training. Article 13 is a judicial punishment. Article 13 is a pretrial punishment. I went there. Don't mess with Sergeant Rawls. Sergeant Rawls know what he's doing. Y'all probably never got an Article 13 because you never got in that much trouble. Article 15 is what your captain can give you.
Boots on the ground.
What up, Shaheed? Shaheed is in the house.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody?
What's happening, big dog?
What up?
Much chilling. How everybody?
Man, that scenery is dope behind you, bro.
Man.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to.
I think TVs are the thing in the background now. So let me go on and mount mine back here and get my mirrorless camera.
Right. And got fish or something. Yeah.
It's on YouTube, so hopefully an ad don't pop up in the middle of speakers.
You having erectile dysfunction?
Right.
Like, wait, mute. Ah, that's funny.
How was your week, Shaheed?
Man, it's been good, man. I'm back home. I'm gonna stay another week. My high school homecoming is tomorrow. It's Crenshaw versus Dorsey, so that's a big rivalry in the city. So
I'm gonna be there. You gonna be there?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
Man, tell them that's a party in LA.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the club. That's like going to the club.
Exactly.
But wait. What side you gonna be? You gonna be on the Crenshaw side though, right?
Yeah, fact.
Okay, I'm just checking.
I mean, it's at Crenshaw, so I mean, but when it's at Dorsey, it's a different story. Yeah, that rivalry, a lot of people don't understand that rivalry, man. That thing, that's crazy. Playing in it was different. We used to have to get police escorts and everything.
Wait, Shaheed, you got a hoodie. Did I send you a hoodie?
Nah, I just threw the shirt over a hoodie.
Oh, you got a t-shirt over a hoodie. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I can't see the sleeve line. I can't see the sleeve line.
Yes.
When are we releasing the t-shirt, sir?
Man, once we build the brand, let's get the brand going.
People want to buy the t-shirts, sir.
Ain't nobody. 6 people? 6? You gonna sell 7?
Yes. That's exactly what we need. And then people are like, where I get that t-shirt from? I need to order me a new one. I don't wash it so many times. It's starting to be like black.
It's It's an ashy black. Got an ashy black T-shirt.
Got to put some lotion on that thing. You know what I mean? Because I wear mine out only because for promotions and stuff like that. So I wear it out and I'll say things like, hey, can you follow my YouTube page and have people follow the YouTube page, not just point to the shirt. So,
got it.
Anyways, let's get this thing cracking, man. Mr. Hardiman, Mr. Rawls, Mr. Muhammad, go ahead and introduce yourself, gentlemen.
Oh, Shaheed Muhammad out of Los Angeles, California. Yeah, man, that's it, man. Your favorite black cowboy, your favorite black educator. Excited. What's this? 16?
Yes, sir.
Wow, 16, man. Let's get it going. Colin, it's on you.
Alan Hardiman, your favorite black executive producer. Okay, that didn't work. All right, I'll just stick to
that. You trying to let it roll off, right?
No, Colin Hardiman, founder and executive producer of Amazing Media. Always glad to be here with my bros. Episode 16. Let's get it.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Shannon Rawls, coming from the West Coast, the best coast. 4 fingers up, 2 twisted in the middle. I'm 49 years old. I'm twice married, and I'm twice divorced. And I often talk about the 2 ships. One ship is entrepreneurship. The other ship is relationships. I'm a self-proclaimed expert in both. Not certified by any board, but I'm self-proclaimed expert in both because I failed in both and I've succeeded in both. And I try to teach young men the pitfalls of both to make sure that they become better men. I love talking about different things in relationships and entrepreneurship, giving people game. And now I'm using YouTube as an outlet to do so. Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate all you guys. Thank you for following us. Please hit the like button on this video. That's important. Please follow Ask a Black Man Anything. Please watch the broadcast on Ask. We're simulcasting the broadcast in a few different locations. You're probably watching it on my YouTube channel. That's going to disappear. I delete that. But make sure if you ever want to watch it, or make sure you subscribe to the Ask a Black Man Anything YouTube channel. So search, you'll see the exact same video going right now at the same time over there. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. It's back to you, Chris.
Thank you. Taking bets right now. Jerron's about to come in. Is his camera right or is camera wrong?
But yeah, Shannon's been having some dope conversations on his show. I tuned into the last couple. Especially love the way he broke down the different male types, the omegas, sigmas, and gammas, and all those.
The personality types. Did you identify your personality type into that?
I did, and because of my personality type, I'm not gonna say. Thank you.
Then you just if anybody paid attention to the broadcast, then we all know what you are. That's a smooth way to say it. Because of my personality type, I'm not going to tell you my personality type. Absolutely. If anybody wants to know. I didn't watch the podcast. Well, there's multiple. So everybody talks about alpha, beta, right? Oh, man, are you a beta? You a beta simp? Oh, man, I'm an alpha male. I'm an alpha. I'm a leader. It's not just those 2. It's alpha, beta, gamma, delta, sigma, and omega. And on one of my broadcasts, over at High Value Shan on my YouTube channel, my personal YouTube channel, I break down all 6 of those personality types. And a lot of people who can't really identify themselves with being the alpha and they know that they're not a beta, they'll probably find their personality type in one of the other ones, in the gamma, delta, sigma, or omega personality type. So make sure if you guys want to know what personality type that you are, go take a look at that one. Go ahead, Chris.
When is your next discussion, by the way?
Oh, we do it every day. I go live every day. I've been live every day this week. I went live this morning. I went live earlier this morning. I went at 9:30 this morning. And we talked about shit. I got so much shit in my head going on in my head. What the funk? What did we talk about today, you guys? Princess, what did we talk about? Was today weaves? No, yesterday was weaves fake butts, sandals, fake eyelashes, and makeup. That was yesterday, and what men want. Today we talked about not toxic. We talked about conditional femininity and conditional masculinity. It was conditional femininity versus conditional masculinity. And is that such a thing? That was today. That was about 2.5 hour discussion. So if you do subscribe to the channel, make sure that you hit, and even on this channel, on Ask a Black Man Anything. So here's the thing about YouTube, you guys. When you subscribe to our channel here at Ask a Black Man Anything, or if you subscribe to my personal channel, to make sure you hit that bell button and say all, so that you get a little pop-up on your iPhone when we go live. So that way you'll know. Otherwise, YouTube won't tell everybody, and it'll give you a digest of it later, and you'll miss the actual live. And lives be popping, just like this one. So it's important that you guys are following, and when you follow somebody that you really want to see what the hell they talking about, or somebody that goes live like me on a daily basis. I go live 7 days a week now. I go live 9 times a week because I do 7 shows on my channel. I do a show at the Lapeef Network called King Talk on Tuesdays, and I do Ask a Black Man Anything on Thursdays. So I'm live 9 times a week minimum. So if you want to catch me, just make sure you hit the bell button. So yeah, tomorrow I'm going live. Tomorrow I'm talking about how to be. Tomorrow I'm talking to the fellas about how to be attractive over 40 years old. I'm talking to the older fellas on what they need to do to be attractive to be attractive to women of all ages, young, same age or older. How to be a zaddy. When you get 40 and over, you get to the zaddy stage. So it's good for the young brothers so they can know what to prep for, and it's good for the older brothers so they know what they need to do.
I have no comment on any of that. I still am not accepting my grades, so that's where I am. Anyways, Mr. Rawls, our first hot topic, good sir. Drop it on us.
Women went on a date this week, this past weekend. And she was stuck with a $3,100 dinner bill. I thought it was fake at first. Looked it up and it actually was true. Somebody had the nerve, the audacity to go, well, I'm not going to give my opinion. We're going to talk about it. A woman went on a date and the bill was $3,100 because it was a blind date. The guy never met her. It was a blind date. She decided to impart 23 of her family members on the date and expected him to pay. First date, blind date. He got up and dipped after the food was done. Stuck her with a $3,100 bill. Now, I don't know the mindset of the woman that did this, but I do know the mindset of the man that got up and left. And that led us to discuss, this right here is a great segue to talk about people who bring other people on dates. I know that I talked to some fellas. When a guy, okay, everybody imagine this. You're in a bar. And here's the actual question. It's not so much would you pay for 23 people at dinner. In fact, when you do the math, that's about $135 a person. What the hell were they eating? Where did they eat that every person was $135 plate? Even if you say the plate was $80, you got to add another $50 for drinks. Where the fuck did they go that it was a $3,100 bill for 23 people? That's $135 a person. But I already know how more people think about that.
How do you invite that many people to a dinner date with just supposed to be one person? I don't understand that. Like, how do you say my whole family? Oh, or maybe my family and I are going out to eat. You invited the guy, and he shows up, and y'all having like a family dinner, and you just happen to meet him there in what is a safe environment. Maybe that.
I have no idea how you even set that up, Chris. Where do we all have 23 family members that we can even bring to a dinner? and eat to the point that the plates are averaging $135 a plate.
And why are said family members out eating and not expecting to pay their own way?
I don't know. But here's the question for the here's the first question of the night. Here's the first question of the night. And the chat line is open. If you guys want to come up and discuss this particular question, you're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, you can come up. You do not have to be on camera. You do not have to be on camera. But here's our first question of the night. And this is to the fellas. This is to Shahid. This is to Colin. This is to Chris. Everybody, imagine being in the bar. Imagine being in the bar. Imagine being at a lounge. DJ's playing music. Bars going. Maybe a small dance floor over on the corner. It's not a nightclub. We're not talking about a nightclub. We're talking about a bar where you can have, where the music is low enough that you can have a conversation. Not like, hey, what's your name? No, we're not talking about that. And it's a group of women sitting down having drinks. A guy sees a woman that he likes in the crowd of women. A guy eyes a girl in the crowd of women and he wants to impress her. Shahid, Chris, Colin, if you're there. Do you go up and do you offer her a drink and ignore her friends? Do you go up and offer her a drink and ignore her friends? Or do you order a round for the table? Do you order rounds? Do you order shots for everybody? Does everybody get a martini? They're $15 each. It's 4 girls, so $60. Or do you just spring the 15 for her?
I was actually in this situation before, but I don't drink, so I don't really know. Well, back then I didn't know like proper bar etiquette when it comes. I've always felt like, me personally, I always felt like buying a woman a drink was tacky, but I don't drink though. I thought it was tacky because most men have done it just for, I'm not buying you a drink to have a conversation with you. I'm not buying you a drink for attention, right? But I did have a woman, I approached her, was having a conversation with me. She was like, damn, like, you want my attention with, and I really wanted her. So she like, you could at least buy me a drink. So I stunned like, oh, well, fuck it. I'll buy you and your homegirls drinks. Like this shit, it ain't, you know what I mean? So I bought like her and her little crew drinks or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. Like I was younger. I was probably like 23, 24. Now, depending on if I'm encroaching on your group of friends, like y'all in a circle huddled up or whatever, I personally, I probably would do it. Not to like impress or whatnot, but just you impeding on their group, their circle. So I think that would be like the polite thing to do, in my opinion.
Wow.
Well,
wow. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Mr. O for the $50 super chat. Mr. O said, why did he even stay for dinner? Mr. O is like, Mr. O said that if he was on a blind date with a woman and her entire crew ended up there, he wouldn't even wait for the food to come out.
Now in this case,
he wouldn't even wait for the steak. He won't even wait for the food to come out. He would have excused himself early. They wouldn't have had an opportunity to order if Mr. O was at the dinner table. Go ahead, Shahid.
In this case, I don't, because I also read like his mom set him up with the girl or whatever. But in this particular situation, I think I would have done the same thing. Like, oh, you think you about to play me? Like you know what I mean? I just can't imagine a world where if you bring more than one person along with you, I'm like questioning you. But at 23, yeah, I gotta hit you where it hurt. Like I would have did the same thing. I ain't gonna...
Same philosophy. Just was
thank you, Mr. O. Thank you for the generous contribution, man. We appreciate you, bro. We really appreciate you, and you didn't have to do that. And Mr. O, you always seem to bless all my broadcasts. So you don't bless lightly for whatever reason. You got a bunch of bread. You be sending money over here. You really keep us going. Thank you so much. We appreciate you for that, man.
Colin, you
Go
have the
ahead.
sound effects?
No, that wasn't me. That was just me going along with Shan sound effects. But what I was gonna
Oh,
say was um, similarities to what Shahid said, just little different variations. Because way in the past, um, when I took a girl out, I bought the food, like I paid for her and my food. But when she was ordering margaritas and things like that, I didn't pay for that. And the reason why is because I personally don't support drinking. I don't drink myself because I see what it does to people, and then sometimes I get annoyed by people who do drink too much. So it's just like, why am I buying something that's just gonna annoy me or piss me off, or something that I don't necessarily support? And then also when it comes to dinner dates, if I'm taking her out to dinner, of course I'm paying for the meal. But if she decides to bring a tag along, she has officially just paid for herself and her guests, and I'm paid for me. That's how that works.
so so I mean, I'm still scratching my head on the concept of buying a round of drinks at the bar. I don't go to the bar that often. I'm not buying a round of drinks. I'm just not. Like, I don't think I've ever had to like get. I don't meet people at bars, so that's, to me, that's something that the other persuasion does. Um, Not saying that we don't, but I've never met somebody at the bar, got them a drink, got their friends a drink. Not that I can think of. You know, I just, and if I intruded on you, I mean, yeah, I've never, I'm not a bar person, so I don't even have a frame of reference on how I could, say, oh yeah, let me do X, Y, and Z. And in reference to the current topic at hand, if I walk in on a blind date, even if my mama set me up on the date, and I see you at a table and it's got more than you at the table, I'm not walking to the table. I'm just not.
Y'all
I'm gonna
savage.
say something came up, which was, I'm no longer interested. It was great to potentially meet you, but we're not. I'm not, because for me that's awkward. You're not your genuine self. You're not your dating self in around your family. You're not the normal you. You're completely different. You're who your family knows. Little Shaniqua, or Monet, or whatever your name might be. That's who you are. Little Bonbon, or whatever they call you. Whatever your nickname is, that's who they know. Um, and so that you're going to operate typically, and that's not who I want to see. I want to see who you are outside of your family, and then see who you are around your family, because now I can get a fuller picture. I don't want it in the reverse, because who you are around your family, it it is, so I mean, some family dynamics, you're afraid to be your authentic self because of what your family may say or think or do, when, or how they may report back to whomever, you know your mama or your cousin or whomever. So I'm good, and let's say I happen to sit down, let's say I happen to meet the family, I'm still no longer interested, no matter how great your family is. I can't, you can't, because now I feel like you lied to me. I came to dinner. I'm on a blind date. Unless I knew your family would be there, then I still got to be like, nah, I'm good. Like, and then 23 people. And so all of them sitting there staring at me, trying to figure out what I'm going to say and if I'm going to say all the right things. Nah, I can't walk into that situation. Nope. No way.
Yeah,
Y'all
I
was
think
savage. I think it's savage.
I've
Did you hear what? But real quick, did you hear what Colin said? Colin didn't even get to the 23. That wasn't even worth the discussion for Colin. Colin's like, I don't even need to talk about 23. Let me tell you, if I'm going on a date with one girl and she bring one person. Colin said, if I'm on a date with one girl and she bring one person, she's paying for her girl and herself. And then Colin
The
is so
audacity.
savage. Colin said he's so savage, he's not even leaving. He gonna pay. He gonna still get his food. Colin said, I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna eat my food, and I'm gonna pay for my food. She's paying for everybody.
You know why? Because it was planned. I say, I'm taking you out to dinner. I'm buying dinner. You decide to not communicate that you're bringing somebody else. You foot their bill. You foot.
Okay, but here's the deal, you guys. Here's what happens by and large. See, okay, that right there is a little sneaky and conniving. But what often happens is that there's two people that's out on a date, right? And we'll get back to the round of bar, because we did make this like a 2-part question. So let's get back on dinner dates and bringing other motherfuckers, since we all still talking about that. So we back on what's the picture is showing, the 23, or a variant thereof. Colin, here's what happens oftentimes. Two people are on a date and somebody shows up that they didn't expect. The woman, her friend, hey, I didn't know you were here. No, I just happened to be here. I saw you, or I saw, well, why don't you sit down and have dinner with us? Yeah, it wasn't planned. It wasn't pre-planned. What do you do at that point? Because you're sitting there and you want to impress this girl. You want to impress her. You want to let her know that you got it.
Oh,
you got it.
Yeah. I got it. I got her. I got me. I got her. Hey, come on and join us. So she was already there, right, Shane?
She was already there. Maybe she was already there.
Oh, so how is she already gonna pay that bill?
She was just in the restaurant. She wasn't like there.
Yeah. I know. I get it perfect, but I'm saying, so she was already planning on buying for herself. If she was there by herself,
potentially, but then, but is chivalry dead? See, that's the thing. So say, for instance, she was planning on buying it, but you have a girl that's in front of you that you like, and you want to impress her and show her what kind of man you are. And her girl, who came to eat by herself because she just did a long shift, she decides to sit down, and it's cool. It's not like a private conversation. Why don't you sit down and have some food with us? Do you go ahead and cover her plate too?
Well,
no,
me,
I'm not on the date with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for me, it's not about impression. I'm not. I'm not there. I'm not. Okay, go ahead, Chris.
No. It's on you. Go.
I think I'll go. So I think for me, if she had the decency to ask me, like, do you mind? I would, and I didn't mind. I would go ahead and pay for it. I wouldn't mind that. But if you just if we on a first date and you invite somebody to eat with us, I'm assuming that's just weird. I don't like awkwardness. So for me, I eliminate all the questions, and if I'm a foot the bill. That way we ain't gotta get in no like standoff. Like it's just, if I offer a date, I'm paying for it. I even get on my boys, like, don't take women out on dates if you have a cap. You know what I mean? If you go to a restaurant, you should be able to afford every single thing on that bill. I mean, on that menu. If she want the most expensive bottle of wine, did you give her a disclaimer like, hey, you can't get X, Y, and Z? Like, if I don't go anywhere that I can't afford what's on the menu. You know what I mean? So that's a start. But as far as just inviting somebody to the table with us, it depends on how the date's going. I might want that person there. You know what I mean? Because that might not be a good date. Some people work better feeding off one another's energy. So I don't know. But if she had the decency to ask me and I didn't mind, I'll go ahead and fit the bill.
Mr. Hardiman.
It's on you, Christopher.
No,
unless you're gonna do a monologue. If you're doing a monologue, I'll jump in.
I yield.
No, I was gonna say those are 3 different scenarios, but what all of those come down to is like communication is a determining factor in all those things. So with scenario one is I'm taking my lady out to a restaurant. I got that bill, of course. Scenario 2, I'm taking her out to dinner and things like that. It's not communicated that she's bringing somebody else. That's why I said it's like, well, I'll retract that, because if it's my woman, then I'll still got her, but then her friends are gonna be out on their own. But if this is somebody I'm taking on the first and second date, that stands as far as like, okay, well, by you bringing a third wheel without communicating that to me, you just paid for your bill and her bill, and I'm paying for my bill. The third scenario that was presented, as far as, you're already there and then your friend is there, like they just, it's just circumstance. They just happen to be in the same place, and then it's like an invitation over to the dinner table. I'm still gonna be entertaining my date, gonna be in a conversation, but I'm just looking at it as a third wheel and things like that. But as far as like when the bill comes, I still got me and the person I'm on the date with, because the person that just happened to be there, coincidentally, she was already planning on paying for her own meal. So that whole impress thing, that's why I was saying I'm not there to impress. I'm there to have a good time with the person I'm there with. And
but isn't that part of the impression? Aren't you? Is it like you're there to have a good time with the girl that you went on a date with? But don't you want to give her a good impression on that you are a great provider? No matter what happens.
So that's the communication piece. So if it's communicated by that third person, hey, do you mind footing the bills? I don't have no problem with that, and I got it. But if it's just assumed, or the bill come and then all of a sudden this third party who just coincidentally happened to be there and they're kind of looking at me, I'm like, I'm probably gonna, I'm a rational ass person, so I'm just probably gonna look like, so if we weren't here, how are you planning on paying for your bills? Well, I was gonna pay for myself. Well, what's the problem? Did that answer your question, Shane?
Yeah. It answers.
Yeah, I don't get the concept of bringing a plus one. Which is why for me, I will. So part of my vetting process is usually I'll talk to you for 7 days. Within those 7 days, we've built a level of trust. So you don't need a plus one, right? For safety or whatever. Right now, it's different if your girl is there, she at the bar, she's somewhere close, or whatever the case is, and she got her food. But if she at my table, it's now a threesome, and I don't mean in the sense of me being intimate with two women. I mean it's no longer a date. Now it's an outing, and now I'm not on a date anymore. I might pay for you if I invite you out, but I might not, because now it's not a date. A date is me taking you out. It's not you and your friend. If your friend comes, we hanging out. And if we hanging out, I might foot the bill for you because I like you, not because I'm trying to impress you, but I might foot the bill just because I like you. And I want, because that's what I do as a guy, right? When I take someone out, I pay, right? Sorry, Shan. Everything's a story. So I met a young lady, and her daughter and my sons were gonna go to the same school. So she wanted information. I was like, hey, listen, I don't want this to be where you're coming to my house. Let's go out to eat. I don't know her financial situation. I know she has a job title. I don't know if she's working or not working. I don't know. So it was like on the first time we met, a couple of days later, we went out and grabbed something to eat. Her kid met my kids, right? And in that situation, at the end of the day, they bring one check. She looks at me and says, do I need to give you something? My response was, I won't mind, but I got it. Because I'm bringing you to here. Now, she could have paid for hers. I could have paid for my kids, and that would have been that. But if she would have invited her mama and her sister and her uncle, oh no, you got them. Because that wasn't our communication. That wasn't our talk. It's, hey, you bring your kid and I'll bring mine, and let our kids talk in a public setting. And, but if you bring in extras, I'm not here for that. Not at all. Like, I can't be for that. I don't
Cool.
have the space.
I want to welcome Mr. O to the chat. What up, Mr. O?
Hey, what's happening?
How you doing, boss? Thank you for the super chat, man. What's your thoughts on this? I can tell you, it's called the term is called foodie dates and foodie calls, and it runs rampant here in California. In Los Angeles, we have an epidemic of women who use men to get free food. The cost of living out here in Los Angeles is high, and you have a lot of people who are renting rooms, who are they are doing situations where they are renting bunks. You get out here in California, the cost of living is so high. We got people who are renting an apartment, and then they rent a room. No, they get a 2-bedroom apartment, and then in the second bedroom they put in bunk beds, and then they rent the beds. They rent the beds. One bed for $750, the second bed for $750. That's what's happening here in Los Angeles.
That's crazy.
If you get a 3-bedroom apartment, you got 2 bedrooms extra, and then you rent those beds out. I mean, you got 2 bedrooms extra, 2 bunks in each room. And if you have a big enough room, you'll put 2 bunks on each side. And they call them pods. It's called pod living. They have pod living here in California, where you'll have a large room, 4 bunk beds. 2 bunk beds, 4 beds total, and they'll rent each one out for $750. They get $3,000 for one room. They got 2 rooms in the space, so they're getting $6,000 for the space. $6,000 for 2 rooms. That's what's happening. And so what's happening is it's very expensive. And so there's a lot of women out here that do what is called foodie calls. They go on dates simply so they can eat. They go on dates and they entertain people simply so they can eat. Mr. O, what's your thoughts on this, bro?
I was trying to see if you was like making a case for them to do that or not. Or were you saying it's okay or
hell no, it ain't okay.
You were making like living conditions so meager, like they have nothing. Like, is that okay for them to do? I said, if they can get away with it, like maybe that guy deserved to learn that lesson, man. I feel like this: a woman can only do what you allow, and I think all women test guys, man, and they gonna see what they can get away with. Maybe because of their conditions, they want to justify it, but it's in most of their natures to like test the man to see who he is, and it's more important for me, like however it goes, how I'm looking after it happens. Like it's a thin line from coming off as a gentleman and then being a sucker. She's like, oh, I know who I can call when I want something to eat versus, oh, that was a nice guy. I respect him. I wouldn't ever like try to play him in that way. And it's about how you respond to her trying to trick you out of your money.
But Mr. O, see that what you're doing is that's after you've gathered data. After you've gathered data on a woman and you see how she moves, you see how her personality is. That's understandable. But let me give you a different scenario. Let me give you a first date scenario. Let me tell you about a woman that you don't really know well. Yeah. You haven't been able to really vet how she moves yet, and this is a first date. And as far as you can tell, her friend is a surprise. Her friend is a surprise. Her friend came to eat, and then you guys are at a 2-person table, and then her friend, your date invites you. No, your friend doesn't encroach upon your date. The woman that you're taking out says, "Would you like to eat with us, Mr. O? Would you mind if she ate with us?" What do you do at that moment? At the moment that the date that you're taking out, that you like, that you're trying to impress on the first date, her girl comes over, and it's a surprise as far as you can tell. She asks you, "Do you mind if my friend sits and eats with us?" Are you sitting her? Do you say yes? It's 2-part question. 1, do you say yes? And 2, do you cover her bill?
Depending on like me, the hello, and how she responds to me, I wouldn't mind having the conversation, man, but I'm only here for your friend. So her dinner's on me. If you want to join us, you're going to have to cover yours. Otherwise, like, I can go. But it's only going to work that way because it's how I'm going to look if I walk up and like, yeah, sure, I'll pay for it. Just put it up. Then she going to think that she can do that anytime. But
So you
if
talking
I'm
about setting the
inviting both of them,
precedence?
right from the beginning.
You talking about setting the precedence. I don't want to start something that you think is going to continue happening in our relationship. So let me show you right now that you just can't roll up your strange friends, and I got it. But
Based
you don't
on
think
how
so?
you respond to
But
her, just throwing
but
that at you, you're gonna
but
look
Mr.
to
O
the
and
top.
Colin and Shahid, I thought chivalry was not dead, and it's only it's $20. It's a salmon. It's some baked salmon and some a little bit of edamame.
If you pay that 20, she's gonna try to up the score on the next one.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if I don't mind her coming and joining the date, I'll more than likely foot the bill. But setting precedent, you can only like I don't believe in setting precedent. You know what I mean? Like just because I allow this one time, that don't mean it's going. Because if it happened again, it's just like now we gonna have a conversation. Like, oh, you think I'm some type of sucker because like I was nice? Like this ain't no like I don't mind having that conversation. Like, what do you think I am? Like it's not even that. It's not about the financials. It's just about just basic principle. Like you and your lady, your homegirl ain't. Y'all can't, you know what I mean? Like, go ahead, Kyle.
Y'all missed a key component though in that scenario. She invited her friend to come over to the table and sit down. Not once did she check in with the men to see if that was okay.
No, she did. No. The scenario I gave is she invited her over to talk, or maybe she walked over and saw her from a distance, like, hey, it's good to see you, blah blah blah. And then the woman that you're on a date with says, well, you know what? Why don't you sit? Well, Colin, do you mind if she sits with us?
You didn't say that verse. You didn't say that. You didn't present that.
I believe I
No,
did.
but I did. I made sure like he didn't say that first, but I definitely said like if I don't, you know what I mean?
Got it.
Like, yeah.
So that's why I responded. So I didn't hear that at first time, Shannon. But yeah, if she checks in, I mean, it's like I said. I already said my stance. I don't need to repeat it.
So, but how does that change, Colin?
No, because it just goes back to those scenarios I presented. So it's just like if she checks in with me first, it's just like, yeah, I mean, that's fine. Because I don't know if y'all caught this, but it's like my attention is going to be on the date I'm there. I'll still engage from time to time, but my focus is going to be on who I'm there with. When it's all said and done, when those bills come, I got the person I'm on the date with, she got hers.
At that point, it's got to become like a triune type date. It's got to be like I'm not going to allow you to join us and sit and then just only entertain my date. It's just going to be a threesome, as Chris said. Like, you know what I mean?
Not a threesome, though.
In a sense of, you know, it's me engaging with two people at the same time.
No, we all know you mean there. Everyone's going home with you, Chris.
And I'm different. I'm gonna be honest. We could let Darth Vader come out. If this is a first date, she up for grabs at that point. I'm interacting and engaging with you like I'm on a date with you, like I'm on a date with the woman that I invited out on the date. Because if you invite her into that space, she up for grabs now. Because I don't know you well enough if we on a first date.
Oh, you talking about some old pimping, some Mac and shit. You might end up with the friend.
That's a fact. Like you might, baby girl, I'm with might get, she fair game once you sit at that table and I interact and it's a first date. Yeah, you up for grabs too.
Savage.
Yeah, I can't. I just in my mind I have not conceivably ever come to a situation where someone has brought someone else. That's number one. What up, Jerron? Number two, no one's ever brought anybody on a date. But I kind of like the philosophy that, you know, if I met one, you know, both are fair game. I kind of like that idea. I don't know if I would necessarily kind of go through with it, but nor would I understand from Colin's perspective of she invited the friend over. I don't understand why you would invite your friend over. I like what for what? Is the date going bad? If it's going bad, then we can end it. I'm okay with it. Like I'm not tied to this date that we have to stay. I'll be cordial. I'll be kind. I won't be rude, short, curt, or hurtful with my words. If it's not going well, I'm okay with saying, okay, you can say that to me. Hey, I really don't feel like the date is going well. Or, if you like, here's another story. If I feel like the date is going bad, I got it out already. I already know exactly what I'm going to do, how to get out of the date, especially let's say you catfish me, right? You show up pictures and your pictures are showing you 120 pounds and then you come and use 600. I mean, I'm gonna feel some type of way. I'm gonna still pay for my meal, pay for yours, but I have already found an out. Like I have a secret. Well, I won't say a secret. I have a thing that I
You know
do.
where all the exit doors are in the restaurant.
It's not even that. It's I have a thing that I do to get me out of a situation that I don't want to be in. I'm not gonna say what it is. I'm just saying I got a thing that I do, and it has been flawless. It has never failed me. No, it failed me one time, and I can't believe, like I can't believe it didn't come through. I was just like, oh, I
What?
can't believe it. I
What?
said what?
Grandma fell and broke her hip again? I'll be right there. Hey, I'm so sorry. I gotta cancel.
That nigga said again.
Right, right. She broke the left hip this time.
How can we be honest from the beginning when you see this? You just tell her right then, hey, this is what I thought I was signed up for. And why even make it to the dinner table?
Well, so I get your point, Mr. O. Why make it to the dinner table? That's a really good question. I never even thought about that. I possibly, and if this is my answer, typically, Shahid and I think all of the fellas kind of do the same thing. I go to a place where I want to go, so I'm going to enjoy myself whether you're there or not, right? No matter what you look like. So, like I went to Applebee's one night because I know my homeboy, my former neighbor, is the manager, right? And I just wanted to get some spinach dip and some steak one night. Um, so I went, right? But I can also go to, Rusan's, which is a sushi place, or, here in Atlanta or some other place. I go where I want to go. And if I invite you to a place, I typically am taking you out where I want to be. So I'm going to sit and eat because I like their food or I haven't tried it yet. So, having said that, that's probably why I typically still stay. Also, and this is the honest to God truth, Mr. O, um, because, and I'm not like a major public figure, right? I'm not like a Jay-Z or Jalen or something like that. But because I am a public figure, it is very difficult to be a public figure and have a private presence. You have to be aware of what you do and when you're doing it and who you're doing it with, and stuff like that. You have to be conscious of your actions and how you treat people when you are a public figure, when you are an influencer. You have to watch what you say online. You have to watch what you say, to people in private. You just have to be a lot more careful. And so that would be one of the main reasons, because one of the worst things that can happen, and I'm not going to go into the whole story, one of the worst things that can happen is somebody say something or record you and try to tarnish you or your brand or brands, plural. And there's no press like bad press. So you just have to be mindful of that. So that would be one of the reasons why I stay.
I think it kind of ties back into how I look after the date. Is how I'm gonna move as how I make my decisions, how I'm gonna go along with it. I don't have no problem buying drinks. I've done that. A drink is a drink. Like if two girls are sitting there having a drink together, and I want to talk to one of them, I'll buy that round. But if she's going to take advantage of it all night, hey, bring more girls, or every time she wants to go out to drink, just call me. Like you don't want to be that guy. You want what you
Right.
want out of situation. So you want to be mindful on how you come across, on how you go about it, because I think they do try you based on what Shannon was saying on a lot of these women's situations. They don't have a lot of the means to go out and keep up with the men when they're going out partying, but they want to be out there and they want to get chose. So they got to be outside, but they can't do it. They still need a new pair of heels. A lot of girls supplement their meals for the week by setting up dates out the DMs for meals. That happens. It's true. But how you respond to that is how they look at you, though. Whether they could do it again or never call you for that again, but maybe take you a little bit serious.
Now, I think Mr. O made a good point earlier when it's kind of in a woman's nature to just test her boundaries, test her limits. Like, and a lot of women want to be. I don't want to use check is a harsh word, but a lot of women are looking for you to set those boundaries up. Like some women would find it a turnoff that you just went and spent all this money on her and her friends because it's just like, oh, you know what I mean? They throwing whatever tests that they throwing. You know what I mean? You just got to be sure that you're going to ace it. Like, you know what I mean? I know, like, I've been tested in a multitude of ways by women, but it's just like, are you going to be the dumb guy and just buy everybody trying to impress and like, because that's her test. Like, oh, he a clown. Like I can walk over him. I don't want to deal with him. Or are you going to be like super uptight and excuse me, and that's like, nah, I'm not doing that. You counting and you know what I mean? So you just got to be sure that you you prepare for that test she throw at you.
Because most women like to put guys in categories of who they call for whatever need they have?
That's a fact.
Hey, bro, they're looking for a sucker, man. So, hey, if you put yourself out there to be a sucker, that's what you'll be. It's kind of like the old saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
We be big simping. We be big simping, spending cheese. We be.
She brought
See, Miss Parker said, "Well, who's cooking? How come ain't nobody cooking?" And Miss Super Nerd said, "Cooking on the first date, weird." See, no, Miss Parker, they don't cooking. First date, second date, third date, 10th date. Cooking ain't nobody cooking these days. I can't tell you when the last time I had a home cooked meal.
And they eating out. Nobody cook like you said, man. They
ain't nobody
out,
cooking.
Bro.
Women ain't even. That's not even part of the program. That's not. They discontinued that model. They don't make that. That's not coming off the factory floor no more.
Women think cooking these days is wife behavior. Like,
bro, they not cooking. Period.
They don't know how.
They ain't cooking. If they not cooking, if you got a woman, if you dating somebody and y'all boyfriend and girlfriend, exclusive or whatever, and they not cooking during the dating process, they not cooking when you get married. It ain't gonna be no. I'll start cooking when I get a ring. They not cooking when they get married.
I second.
So shout out to Miss Parker. Shout out to Miss Parker, because if she's cooking on the first date and she wants to whip up something real quick, maybe she feels comfortable. Maybe there's been enough FaceTime. Maybe there's been enough phone conversations. Maybe they met up for coffee or something. And the first date is gonna be like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and whip you up something. And Miss Parker knocks that out. That is in fact an old school thing. That's what women, typically 45 and older, did 20 years ago. Happened all the time. It's nothing special.
I agree with the notion that if they're not doing it in the dating process, they won't do it in the marriage. Quick story. I dated a young lady and she was like, "Oh, I know how to be a wife. I know how to be a wife." And when I, look for certain characteristics, now not like cooking, cleaning, stuff like that. When I look for certain things, I was like, if you're not doing it now, when are you going to do it? Right? Is it when the marriage hits? Is the switch just going to flip and be like, ta-da! I can do all these things now. Does that happen? I don't think so, because if it's in you, I used to say, and I still say now, if it's in you, it's just going to ooze out of your body. It's going to be so second nature to jump in and help if you see your husband doing something or your boyfriend doing something. It's going to be second nature for you to want to encourage him or find opportunities, for his businesses or find contracts or, hey, honey, I heard of this. Those things should be second nature, right? And if you're not doing those things, it's not wife material. It's just you being a person, a human. And this is these are the assets that you bring, because the wife stuff is a whole nother category, which we won't really get into. So I completely agree. So part of my vetting process now is, and I tell women that the way that I date is I date so that you get to see the kind of husband that you'll have when you marry me. And I don't have a problem doing husband things, give your nails in a dating situation. I don't do it for every woman, right? Give you, take you out to eat, plan dates, spend quality time. I don't have time. I don't have problems doing those things, because I want you to see this is the man that you're going to get, because there is no representative. This is me. The me that you see is the me that you get. With that being said, I do want to take a moment to welcome our brother Jerron down from Mississippi in my crooked letter. Go ahead, Mr. Jerron Brown. Go ahead and introduce yourself and jump in the conversation, bro.
How y'all doing, man? Jerron, like he stated, from Mississippi. Some weather issues down here, so I've been in and out. The Wi-Fi has been kind of going in and out, but it's good to be here with you all. I've been hearing the conversation and I kind of chimed in a little bit, but something you just said made a great point when you was talking about the dating and, when you're starting to talk to somebody, you're looking at trying to show them husband material. And I think that's pretty much what it boils down to when you're starting to date somebody, what you will allow will continue. So if they're not cooking, as you stated before, in the dating process or when y'all are boyfriend and girlfriend, it's not going to happen when y'all get married. So I feel like a lot of times, how are you going to be a good wife if you don't know how to be a good girlfriend? And so I think all those things kind of go hand in hand. And so if she ain't cooking in the girlfriend stage, I'm just going to be honest, man. That's not the type of person I'm looking to marry. Because I do want my wife to be able to cook.
They don't believe that, Chris. They say that they're reserving that. I mean, they don't believe that, Jerron. They saying they're reserving that for when they become a wife. You could taste my cooking when I get married.
No, you ain't getting married then.
Facts. Like, so, and this is what's crazy. I want you to let me draw this picture for you. If it is my job to make you my wife, how can I make you my wife if I don't know what I'm getting? And you just promising me that you're going to do these things. Like, that's like saying, I want you to go buy this box. I'm not going to tell you what's in it, but it's everything you need in it. You got a house in it. You got money. You got career. You got your business. You got everything you need in the box. But the box is as big as my phone, right? I need to see what's in the box. You have to display the characteristics that you're going to continually do, because if you wait until the day, you've already practiced the behavior of not being my wife. So why would I make you my wife when you've already practiced only being girlfriend?
I think if she was going to cook for you, she'd already be.
Go ahead, Mr.
O. I think if she was going to cook for you, she'd already be cooking for herself before she met you. She wasn't going to start cooking when she met you to show herself to prove. She was already going to be, that was going to be a part of her lifestyle prior to even getting with you. Because that's like a lifestyle thing. It's not something that you just become an addict already doing every day.
Exactly. It's the same thing as if a man is going to give you, let's say a man is going to buy you a gift every month, right? Or if he's going to get your car washed, when it gets dirty. Those things he's already doing for himself. So it's not anything new for him just to add you into the mix, because he's already practicing those things. It's similar to me dressing up and me smelling good for a date. I'm going to present the person that you want to be with, that you're going to be happy with. So why would I give you Why would I come on dates wearing sweats and jeans, sweats and J's, and you want to see what do I look like? Can I dress up? Can I put an outfit together? Can I plan a date? Women say all the time, can you plan a date? Well, if I never plan a date, how you gonna know if I can? You know what I mean? And then cooking is so basic, right? Like that's so basic. And I think that a woman who says I'm not cooking in a dating phase is honestly, I don't mind if you get mad. You're basic. I don't mind I don't mind for saying that. I do stuff in the dating phase that I do in a relationship. It's an interview. It's
your Burger
like,
King Monday, McDonald's Tuesday, Wendy's Wednesday, Popeyes
yeah,
Thursday.
like,
We eating out every day.
and then here's the thing, right? In the dating phase, before you get to exclusivity, riddle me this, fellas. Do you not spend quality time in the house? Because I'm not going out every time. Because here's the thing, I'm setting you up for a false expectation. If we go out every time, every weekend, or 2 or 3 times a week, when we get married, the argument is going to be, well, you don't treat me like you used to when we were dating. So why not spend time in the house? Go ahead, Shahid.
You know what's crazy about this? And it could just be me and my experience, but like after a few dates, let's just say the 3rd or 4th date, that's around the time where you start getting into each other's homes. Like you invite her, she invites you, or whatever.
Typically.
The reality is, though, they giving up their self before they cook for you. So it's just like the logic.
You get the pussy before you get it. You get some pussy before you get some lasagna.
That's the reality that we dealing with, though. And that's the logic.
That's a meal too, bro.
but it's like, it's very rare that a woman is, I mean, it's not, the likelihood of you getting her when she invites you to her home is very high. But she don't got no meal on the table for you. She'll invite you into her bedroom before she put a meal on the table for you. These women that say that is what I'm saying. And it's just like, but the women that I've heard say this, like they don't be nowhere near like getting married or anything like that. So it's just like, it's just
nowhere near. Nothing in sight. I know we generalize, ladies. I know we generalize. I generalize. I generalize everything. I generalize men. I generalize women. I generalize kids. I generalize adults. I'm a generalizer. But like Shahid said, generally speaking, the women that be saying this shit be nowhere near marriage.
I was saying this earlier, man. Like, I wonder if we ask women, like, when they walking us to the door in their robe after we leave, and they're like, and they close the door. I wonder what they say. Like, I bet I can have him whenever I want. He really want me. And I think they don't know we really be thinking, I don't know why I keep dealing with her. She not what I want, but she got what I need right now. Like that's how it's out. So they think they can have whatever they want, but we only going over there because they got this one thing we want, but they don't have everything that we want, and they not understanding what it is that we actually want. And we want food. We want cooked food.
Let's don't say we want some food. You know what's crazy? I'm gonna share this real quick. Like, it's crazy.
I'll be hungry too, but I can't get no meal, man. I can't get no.
And so here's the thing that's crazy, Shan. I can cook. Like, I can hold it down. I mean, I have been cooking for my family. Back when I was married, I got divorced in 2017. I started cooking full time for my family, the majority of the meals, in 2007. So for the last 10 years, but I've been cooking for a while. Now I'm able to mix it up, add different flavors, and do different stuff and make stuff from scratch. Like, I can cook. I don't have a problem saying, hey, you want to come over for dinner? Because I'm not taking you out every single time. What's the point of going out every weekend and then we get married and now we only go out once a month? Like, My logic is your dating life needs to replicate what your marriage is gonna look like. Because what'll happen is when you get married, if your dating is anything different, now obviously you want to, add some flavor to the marriage, right? You don't want to do everything, but it should be a carbon copy, right? It should be something similar to what your relationship should look like when you get married. I'm sorry, did I miss something?
I'm going to bounce, fellas. Y'all have a good night. But great topic.
Chris, go ahead and reset. Let's move to the next one. Mr. O, you want to stay up? I want you to stay up with us.
I'm good.
All right. Real quick, I do want to say welcome everybody to Ask a Black Man Anything. If you are enjoying the broadcast, make sure you are sharing it. If you're not enjoying the broadcast, make sure you share it. I don't really care one way or the other, but share it if you like it or you don't like it. If you're learning something, if you're engaging with us, we are appreciative of you all being here. With that being said, if you have a question that you'd like to ask, you heard something about what we're saying and you want to ask us a question about something you heard, or you want to join the conversation, you're sitting at home, you may have your bonnet on, you may not, you may have your beard bonnet on. My barber told me not to get one of those, by the way. And I definitely agree. It's a mirror to what your marriage should look like. Red lipstick. Thank you very much for kudoing that. But hit the link at the top of the chat. Ask a Black Man Anything and come to the camera. You do not have to be on camera, but we do want you to join the conversation. With that being said, we want to go ahead and switch topics. And if no one's going to join us other than Mr. O, Miss Super Nerd Yolanda, come on and cam up. I want to see you, ma'am, over there, my Canadian friend. Come on and pop and join this conversation. Thank you for being here. With that being said, Sham, what do we have next?
All right, so listen, everybody. I got a video clip that Chris sourced out this week. I got a video clip. It's 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So everybody get close to the computer. Make sure you have your volume up. I want you to watch this, and I want you to watch the nuances and the small things that you notice in the clip. We're going to discuss this. It might be a little gender war that happens after this. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. I got a video I want everybody to watch. We're getting ready to play it. Turn your volume up. Here we go.
That was nice of you.
There was no problem.
Oh yeah, I'm just texting my friend. She was just texting me.
No, it was no problem. I had seen you had left it on the table, and I was trying to get your attention, but you kept walking, so you probably didn't hear me. So that's why I was bringing it over here.
So what you came out here for?
I mean, I would bring your ID. I would want somebody to bring me mine, and I'm on break anyway, so it makes sense.
Well, I'm grown. What else you came out here for?
I mean, obviously that, and it's obvious, that you're pretty. So I was trying to talk to you, see if I can get to know you a little bit.
I want to get to know you. So what else you do outside this little job?
Damn, little job, man. It's a job, man. A little job. I mean, but I'm a bartender, so that's what I do. I mean, I'm working on a business, also, but
you working on a business?
Yeah, I'm working on a business.
You working on a business, or you trying to get in my business?
I mean, I'm working on a business. I mean, we actually make good money. Like, I get the bills paid. I have spending, but like, it's, don't let the title like fool you. And like, we make some good money here.
So what you drive?
I drive a vehicle. What you mean what I drive?
A vehicle? What kind of vehicle?
I drive a Monte Carlo. I got a 2013 Monte Carlo.
What year we in?
It's a 2013, I said.
What year we in now?
2021. What that?
2021.
I mean, it's a car. They give me from A to B is a whip.
Right. So where you stay?
I stay in the east. I got a house in the east. I got a 2-bedroom in the east.
A 2-bedroom.
Yeah, 2 bedroom. What you want me to have a mansion or something?
No, I'm just wondering what the rest of it. What is the rest of the house?
It's a 2 bedroom. It's not like it's 30 people stay with me. I mean, it's a nice. I don't stay with nobody. I don't worry about nobody else coming in and out the house. It's mine. I'm independent. Like, what's the problem? I got a house, got a car, got a job. What's the problem? Why you got me feel like I'm filling out an application or something?
I'm interviewing you. I ain't got time to waste. There's other people trying to fill the same position.
So you, like a bidding war or something.
That's where we at. So.
I mean, I'm just trying to get to know you. Like,
so you got churn? I want you to know. I want to get to know you.
Yeah, I got one.
You one?
Yeah.
A whole child?
What you mean a whole? Whatever.
Oh, I don't. That's one too many. That's one way too many.
You don't do men with kids or something?
Absolutely not.
Oh, all right. So you don't have kids? I see that.
Oh no, I got 5.
You got 5 kids?
Yeah, I got 5.
5. So yeah, kids blessings. But I don't understand how you got 5 and you talking. I mean,
because I got enough for the both of us. I don't need somebody to have a job.
Right. I mean, I really just trying to, I'm just trying to get to know you, whatever. Like,
matter of fact, it's not gonna work. I figured it out. Nope, it's not gonna work. Nope.
What you mean?
No, it's not gonna work.
I'm talking to you like a.
I know, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
You done disrespecting me the whole time I've been at the car. All I did was come at you, respectfully.
It's not gonna work. You got two, got cheering, everything.
But you got 5. You got a whole basketball roster.
And I get all 5 of my mother sons to whoop your mother. Don't play with me. Don't play that with your butt. Get a better job. Bum. You ain't even got no real J's on, bum.
Ooh, El Fuego.
Man, she pissed me off all the way.
Listen, let me tell you something. I don't do back-to-back questions. You're not about to ask me what I do, what kind of car I drive, where I live at, and the first moment you say, what else you do besides this little job? Like that, what's that IG reel? How you still got your little business? You still got your little job? First of all, are you working? How many baby daddies you got? Like,
y'all sound triggered.
I would do my best.
Y'all sound triggered.
Like, I would do my best not to like drill her, but first of all, I'm gonna walk away. Like, I'm like, hey, look, appreciate it. Like, if you start asking questions like that, what you want? Oh, I'm good. Thank you. Have a good day. Have a good day. That's it right there. Off the rip.
Man, he stood up to it. He stayed there longer than I would, man. Like, I think that when she go out in the club, she get all this attention and she feel like she can have her way, but like ain't nobody coming for that. It's 5 kids and that mouth. Like, nobody is coming for that that could really change your life. And this brother here had everything that, like, it's more than what she deserved. And she had the window cracked or something. Like, she wouldn't even like give him, like, she wouldn't even be nice. That's crazy. She feels that entitled. And nobody's
And
coming.
my nigga brought her ID out to her. First of all, she was irresponsible. She left ID in the store. He brought it out to her all nice. He approached her in the right way. Hey, ma'am, here's your ID. She started off wrong. What you want? I mean, my dude trying to bring back your ID. You done left it in the store. You got 5 kids. You need that ID. Then you get to ask them all the questions like an interview. He has a car, check. That's what women want, right? They want a man that has a car. He has a job, check. Women want a man that has a job. He has his own place. They say they want a man that has his own place. He has another job. He has an entrepreneur thing, a little bartender thing on the side. That's another job he got. So everything.
I think the bartender is his main gig, and that he's working on a small business on the side. Something separate.
Yeah. So he got money. So I mean, he's doing something with his life.
Correct.
He has one child, and it seems like he's taking care of his child from based off the conversation. But she has 5, and so I'm honestly, when I first saw it, I was pissed off. But that shows me that's why some women deserve less, man. They deserve less.
Can you guys identify the accent? Can you guys identify the accent? Where is that from?
New Orleans.
And
New Orleans,
when
bona fide.
he said the East, he talking about he from. I used to live in New Orleans. He from the East Bank, so he, you know, this situation. Like at first, it did get me heated, but then it was just like, man, the reality is, it's like when we come to the battle of the sex, because this is like a battle of the sexes topic, right? And for me, it's just like, damn, I'm happy that I'm a man because we up on the scoreboard. And we gonna continue to blow women the fuck out on that scoreboard because of shit like this. It's like the level of entitlement. Like her man she knew she wasn't interested from the jump, right? But instead of just saying, no, thank you, I appreciate the gesture, I appreciate you reading my idea, I'm not interested, I got a man, whatever. She had to take it a step further and try to humiliate him, right?
Embarrass my name.
But the logic is just like, and this is just, you so stupid. This man know where you live now. So if he really was on some nut shit, he could just pop up at your house like and do whatever he want to do because he got your address, whatever where you lay your head or whatever. But shit like this just makes me happy to be a man because it's just like, look at the lengths you went to just to embarrass that dude. Like that shit is
Recorded
crazy.
And that's what I was about to
phone
say.
and recorded.
And she recorded it. Like you pulled the phone out. Now that might have been for safety. Okay, I get that, right? You know, that might have been a safety move. But
hold up. It can't be for safety because you tried to humiliate him and he know where you live. So it ain't for
She
safety.
posted it, so it wasn't for safety because she wouldn't have posted it if it was, you know.
No. I'm saying like initially, like so if you know what? That's a good
thinking
point.
like a man. You thinking like a man. That's she was trying to humiliate him.
Well, I mean, I agree that she was trying to humiliate. Like you could see it when she made that face. I'm like, God, like why make the face? Like, baby, listen. Here go your ID. You know, this where you work at. Like, and I'm gonna tell you. So I give you a quick story because you know everything's a story, right? So I used to drive for Uber, right? And I had plenty of women that would be like, "Oh, you drive for Uber? That's all you do?" And I'm like, "Yeah." But little did they know, like in a year, I could make 70 grand in a year, 100 grand in a year, 130, 125 in it. Like that kind of money is real money. Making $8,000, $8,200 in a month, $7,000 on an average. That's like legit money. You feel me? Like, and then if you got a good CPA, you're not paying a bunch of taxes, and you got write-offs and all that. So your money is Gucci. But a lot of women will be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you just drive for Uber." Man, I was like, "Yo, I'm so happy that you left me because that lets me know the kind of person you are." Because you look at it like, oh, it's a $5 ride, it's a $7 ride, but you don't look at the overall. At the end of the month, if I'd have made $7,500, and my bills is $2,000, $3,000, you're not looking at, what I'm able to, manipulate in between that. So I was actually, in a situation, similar where, they want to belittle you because of what you do. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate, just because you look good, you're attractive. I mean, apparently you're attractive enough to get knocked up 5 times.
I was waiting on one of y'all to go there. I mean, I get all
knocked
the rest.
up 5 times.
How we skip. She said one kid is too many to a dude who got his own place, his own car, live alone, is a bartender and starting a business, and she got 5 kids.
That's just
she
the
got
logic.
5 kids and told him one is too many. I can't fuck with you. You got a baby.
And what's crazy is, I bet you she live in an apartment.
Yeah, she probably.
And she sell hair and she sell lashes. I'm sorry. I'm being silly. That ain't right.
Out them stimmies.
Hey, listen. Scenario is how she could have just said, "Listen, thank you for my ID." I mean, if he was unattractive, just say, "Hey, listen, I'm not interested. Thank you for my ID." Boom, into that. But little job, I get all my sons to beat on you. First of all, let's just go on a limb here and say she like 35, right? With 5 kids, let's say she had her first one at 20, so her oldest is 15. Hypothetically, dude, let's just say he average height, he 5'10". So her 5 sons, because she said she got 5, might be 15, 13, 9, 8, and 7. What your 5 kids gonna do to me? Your 15-year-old might be able to, stand
Beat
up.
you up.
But I'm not gonna hurt your little kids because I ain't that. But you're not gonna threaten me either, you know. So
You missing a good point there, though, Chris. She said she gonna get her 5 kids. She got to get her 5 kids because the 5 baby daddy's probably not there at all. Them niggas probably non-existent. So you gonna bring your kids into the equation. Where they dad at? You can't get them on it because they not there.
that's a bad situation, man. Just all around. And I don't get that. Like, how do you just Oh, what the fuck is cammed up? What's up, my brother?
How y'all doing?
I'm
Yeah,
good,
man.
man. What's your thoughts on this, my bro?
You okay? Okay, I was gonna tell. Uh, all in all, he's the one that's wrong because even though he tried to do the right thing, which was bring her ID, he also tried to take his time to shoot his shot. I think the first gentleman who was speaking in the gray, you were spot on. Once you read that energy, like back it off and keep it moving. Don't let yourself get played. And if I'm speaking of like how my uncle normally dealt with shit, light skin, Kappa, green eyed bandit, just breaking hearts. He would have never even let it get to that situation, and he never argued with women ever. When many women will try to take you to a situation, and he was always just, you can go. It's no stress. If I'm making you this upset, clearly you need to go away. And he was dead ass, and I took that same mentality, and it works. I think a lot of men make the mistake of trying to match energies. When a woman's speaking to you like the way that she would speak to her brother, move the fuck on.
So I agree
Hold on,
with
let's drop a
you.
mic or
That you
something,
should
right? Hold
move
on.
on. What I also
Hold
think
on.
that we miss
Here we
here
go.
is that
You're a single dad. That's all. I ain't got a mic no more. I got my kids' toys, so I'll drop a teddy bear.
that's funny. That is funny. Um, I think what we miss here is this, that a lot of men in this particular situation don't realize that we have the power of choice. There are, let's just say he's not, let's just say hypothetically, this is a C class guy. He's not the top level quality. He's not the best of the
Oh no,
best,
he a funny
but
looking
he's
motherfucker.
a decent
He's a
guy,
whole
right?
funny looking
Decent, wholesome, working guy,
he
right?
ain't
Just middle of the road guy.
no,
You still
he's
have
not.
way more choices,
He's not.
and you don't have to take. And I think that's one of the problems, that some men are so eager to get the one. They're chasing the one rabbit, but it's 10 just standing right there, like a teacher, right? Go get you a teacher, bro. Go get you a nurse. She gonna go to work. She gonna come home. Get you a physician's assistant. Get you one of those. Not these.
Sir, have you
Not just
dated a
because they
teacher?
look good, right? You have
Sir, have you
options.
dated a teacher?
Employ your options.
Sir, have you dated a teacher?
I was married to a
They are
teacher.
top of the line first women to date. You were married to a teacher?
I was married to a teacher.
Yeah. Let me guess. Let me go ahead and see if I can break that down. You tell me if I'm wrong. Let's see. Very mothering. Felt she knew everything. Couldn't quite get your points across because she would always be interrupting you when you were trying to land something. always wanted to delegate and tell you how to do things and be a man. Wouldn't let you just be in yourself. And she was always, if you're driving somewhere, she knows a better place to go. I'm not a better place, but a faster way to go, because maybe you just want to try to listen to some music and get there on your own speed. But she's like, no, I know a better way. Kind of like that.
Nope, not my teacher.
Okay, well, I guess I'm wrong. All right. Okay.
But I do know teachers like that, though. So you're not far off. I do know teachers like that. But my ex-wife was not. I mean, she tried to be the boss, but you know, my thing is, I tell people in relationships that I'm going to be in a relationship.
Sorry, all right, got something in my throat.
So I tell people that, you know, women that I'm in a relationship with, that I don't fight for something that I already have, which is control. I'm already in control. I'm already the leader. I'm already the head. I'm not going to fight you for it. So if you want to argue, kick, scratch, and, you know, do that, go ahead. Let me know when you're done. And then we're going to reorganize our thoughts. We're going to get back in line, and we're going to say, this is how we're going to handle it. We're going to communicate, and then we're going to make a decision. But we're not going to fight about who's the leader. So, you know, like when you were in second grade and they tell you that you're the line leader, no, it don't matter if you're the last person in line. You're the line leader. That was me. What y'all got, fellas?
My thing is on this woman here, and this is hold on one second. My thing about this woman here is and why I thought it was an interesting video. I'm looking at the chat. It looks like there's not one single person in the chat that agrees with this woman or can understand her or felt that she was pressured by a guy that approached her. Or felt that maybe he was disrespectful. There's nobody that really is on her side, and that's cool. The thing is that I wanted to illustrate, this is what a lot of guys deal with, ladies. This is what, so if this is what we see that somebody recorded and put up on social media to get likes and laughs, can you imagine what a lot of men go through? And that's okay. I'm not here to say it's bad, because men, rejection is something that we've been dealing with since childhood. That's what we do. We deal with rejection. You know, that was kind of harsh, you know, and she had a lot of nerve, and then she started sicking people in, and she had, you know, especially with the children thing. You know, I got 5 kids, and, you know, you got one, so, you know, you got one too many. And what you want, and everybody wants me, so, you know, what you looking for? You trying to get into my business and all the shit that she was saying. But this is what men deal with. And some of you ladies know women like this. Some of y'all got some friends that you went to college with. You know somebody that's down that you know, maybe lives down the hall in your apartment complex. Or you know somebody that works somewhere nearby.
Some of y'all weed dealers are like this, ladies.
Yeah, you guys know this, and I just wanted to illustrate the reason, and I'm glad that most people don't agree with what she did, but I just wanted to highlight in this video what a lot of men nationwide, I'm assuming worldwide, but I can certainly speak for nationwide. A lot of guys deal with this kind of pompous attitude with women who think they the shit. Now, somebody also did mention in the chat, and I highlighted that one, where she said, men don't approach the nice girls. So now I'm gonna flip it on the guy. I'm gonna flip it back to the men. See, it's one thing to say, man, this is what guys deal with women that got these kind of problems, because you never really know until you talk to them. And there's a small element is that this woman in this video probably does not represent most women. I just wanted to show you what's out there. Just like men that catcall women don't represent most men, right? But I want to flip it on. I want to flip it, fellas. Why do we try to holler at the weaves and sandals? You know, my video the other day was about weaves and sandals and fake this, that, and the other. She looked, I could see, I know how she looked like when she was walking out of that. She had the weave. I guarantee you she had on some sandals. She left her ID.
She just got her toes done, Shan.
Huh?
She just got her toes done.
Just got her toes done.
Yeah, that's why she got on sandals.
The inches. She had the inches. We see the video here. Let me hit the video's in the lower corner right there. The video is right there in the lower corner. She's checking on her hair. She got the, you know, she got the Egyptian. She got the Egyptian bundle, lace front. You can tell what kind of car she drive. And so my thing is, fellas, why do you approach these women?
What kind of
Sex.
car is that, Shan? Is it a nice car? I can't really tell.
No, it's not nice. It's a Honda. Look at the
Who wants to jump on that? Who wants to jump on that grenade first?
It's the
So the
sex.
question is, fellas, fellas on the panel, and this includes What the Funk and Mr. O. What's up with approaching women like this? Why do men? I'm not saying you guys. I'm not saying you guys do that. You guys are high class. You guys are high class men. I get it.
Because they want to have sex.
But why do brothers even approach these
I'm
type
not.
of women and subject themselves to this kind of shit?
I think it's because a certain caliber of woman like that type of woman, it don't really, they look approachable. Like, you know what I mean? A woman that's more so put together, more so classy, you just automatically assume that it's a man present somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, but some women, they just look a little more approachable. Like they the standards don't seem very high. Like I hate to say it, I just see her in her driver's seat, and the way she's talking, I could assume she had at least 3 kids, like just by her vernacular and her makeup, not her actual makeup, but just her disposition.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so women
That
like
cheap-
that, it's just
That cheap
like
steering wheel. But go ahead.
they
Keep going.
don't require much.
That's true. I think the physical appearance too, man. I mean, in general, man, like the woman with the
They,
weave,
they require the most.
the sandals, the tights, stuff like that. You know, to be honest, for a lot of men, that's physically attractive to them. They are attracted to stuff like that, and so you see a woman walking out of Walmart dressed like that, then, you know, most men gonna try to catcall her, try to call her over and stuff like that. Where you may have the nice girl, she may be dressed presentable, dressed pretty nice, but she's just not most of the time dressed like this particular woman. And so at the end of the day, before you even have a conversation with the woman, you know, your physical attraction and your eyes go to what she has on or the way she looks. And so if she looks nice, she looks fine, then hey, at the end of the day, especially if you like what she has on, that's what you're gonna go after first. So I think it boils down to physical attraction in my eyes.
And candid and I'm not hating on Hondas. I got I think 8 cars. I have a Honda. I got a Honda, and I have a Acura. I love Hondas. They're fantastic cars. I'm not hating on Hondas. I'm just saying the way. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm not hating on Hondas. Don't get me wrong. I was just answer. Chris was like, "What kind of car is that?" I said, "That's a Honda." So I was just answering this question.
Don't mess up your sponsorship. don't mess up the sponsorship.
Mr. O, where do you live?
I live in Houston.
You're in Houston. Why do brothers even approach women like this with the long Egyptian weave and the big fat butt and the furry slides?
I think it's just simple. Like guys want to have sex, and that's the primary reason why he walked up to that car. He wanted to see what was going on in there. I don't think he was out looking for a wife. I think he was just looking to have sex, and he ran into something that he didn't want. It was really simple. I don't think he thought too much about it. I think this is what we see in the clubs. This is what's popularized on social media, and this is what we run into most often. Without even thinking, you don't even know why you're attracted to this because we don't want it, we don't like it, but somehow we want to have a sport session with them every now and then. But it isn't something that you want for longevity. But we still want it. We still take it to bed though for some reason.
So, but we ignore it. So, but see, this is what SW sign. I mean SSW sign is saying. So, what are the nice ladies supposed to do? Dress down, dumb it down. You guys are passing them by. Are you passing the nice ladies by and checking for the fat asses in $2 leggings?
No, the nice ladies don't make themselves available, approachable, and present. Like sometimes you don't see them because they don't speak, they don't wave, they don't know, they don't open the door, they don't position themselves. Some I'll say that some don't position themselves to be taken off the market. if you are a nice woman, it's okay for you to speak, right? Some women say things like, "Oh, I'm not gonna say nothing to a man first." Well, stay nice and stay dry and single, and that's okay. But the women who are winning are positioning themselves, and it could be something as simple as a wave, a smile, speaking, right? You may see him in the grocery store, you may like his appearance, give him a compliment, give him an opportunity to pursue you, because we don't know if you're available. Some of y'all look married, y'all look well kept, and so therefore, I mean, you
They look
well put together. I
they
go to
look
the I
married,
go to the
Chris.
grocery store like,
What does
yeah,
that look like? What is
I'm not
married?
gonna tell her.
What does that look like? What is a single woman? What is a good, nice single woman that look married look like?
April.
Because what are you saying? Are you suggesting they should not look single? They should look a little trashy?
No, what I'm saying is, when you're out, if you're single and you're nice, right? You look, if you're well put together, here are some things that you could do. And most women don't listen to men, but I'm telling you, I can guarantee you, you do these things. None of the men that are on this panel tonight will disagree with me. Speak, and speaking is not difficult. How you doing? I love your tie. That jacket is really looking great with those pants. Just say something to open the door.
Wow,
That's
man.
it. Why? Because we don't know. If you look married, I'm probably not going to check for your ring. You might have left it at home because you run into the grocery store real fast. So I'm going to back off. But if you say something and you open the door, now I'm like, oh, okay, I see you. I notice you, right? If we can't see you, then and we don't know that you're there. That's one thing you could do. Another thing you could do is compliment him or ask him for his opinion. You're in the store, you buy the same milk every week, and you see he looking at whole milk, you buy 2%. Perfect example. I was really thinking about switching over to whole milk. What are the advantages? Why do you buy whole milk versus something else? Just that you already know the answer. It doesn't even matter. Doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter what the answer is. He just might have grew up on whole milk, and that's all he know to buy. Listen to it and say, you know what? I'm so glad you said that. I might consider switching over, and just like help him a little bit. We need some help because we don't know. That's the third thing you could do. Last thing you could do, well, the worst thing you could do is what women try to do, is they try to flirt with their eyes. They'll stare at you for 55 seconds and expect you to know that they want you to approach. Don't do that unless you do it this way. You do the 6-second stare. You lock eyes with him, look him right in the eyes and stare at him for 6 seconds. And then take your eyes away. And then go back and look at him again. Now he knows to approach. I know to approach. I've just given a master class on how to get out of the nice woman zone and get into a betting situation where you can be approached by a quality man. And then come Black Friday, you can buy my book and then you can properly vet him, because now you're in a great situation. Master class.
Shout out to let's give a shout out to Blackfoot. Shout out to Blackfoot for the $5 super chat. Blackfoot says, nice girls. Hold on, I just had it. Blackfoot says, nice girls don't look like sex. Rats looks approachable. Nice girls don't look like sex. Mr. O says men want to have sex. That's the reason why they go to the rats. Men have to have sex. Men need sex. Men need sex, ladies. It's not an option for us. We need it.
And I normally don't address the chat, but let me say this.
Tia P said, quick, shout out to Blackfoot. Thank you, Blackfoot. Appreciate you, Blackfoot, for the $5 super chat. We appreciate you supporting the channel.
Thank you, Blackfoot. Let me address Tia P, right, real fast. Women say things like, They want men to plan dates. They want men to take initiative. They want men to show up on time, look nice, smell good, do these things, right? And when men do those things, the men that are doing those things are successful in relationships. How do I know? Because I am successful at dating. Now, here I am giving you an entire masterclass on what men want as a man, and your response is, I don't know. What? What the funk? I'm telling you what to do to get the attention of the guy, and you tell me, oh, I don't want to do that. Well, guess what? Don't do it and see how that works out. And then come back next week and tell me how you didn't do it and your dating has changed. Now, I'm going to address you specifically.
Carla better be trolling.
Say what?
Carla better be trolling.
Yeah, I hope so. That was dumb.
Of course.
Carla,
of course.
She better be trolling.
Of course. Of course. You know, that's how they think that we're supposed to just know. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something real fast. I was talking to Carla some months ago, right? And she said, if a man is on her social media and he's mildly interested in her, and she changes her Facebook status to single, the man should jump in her inbox. I said, what? That's what you think a man that interested should do? I said, oh, that's crazy. Instead of listening to me and listening to, now let me just do it today. Do y'all agree that, am I wrong? Just tell me I'm wrong. Shaheed, am I wrong? Are those things something you would, like if a woman did any of those things, would you pursue a little bit more?
But maybe she was trolling you, because she's trolling us tonight. She was just joking. She did throw the upside down happy face. Maybe she was just fucking with you back then, Chris.
Nah, I'm on top of all of that.
Yes, it's the West in the building.
Hey, you forgot though. She needs to smile too, bro. Like that's a nonverbal. You know, if you mean mugging, I'm walking past you, you mean mugging. You know, I'm not gonna want to approach that type of person. So if you smile, you know, make eye contact and smile, that may kind of give me a little bit inclination to make a move. But if you mean mugging as I walk past you, I'm not gonna want to talk to you.
Unapproachable, won't speak, you know, just tunnel vision in the grocery store. I'm just here to get my groceries. Slow down. Slow down. Sway your hips a little bit.
Maybe stop going out with groups of friends. Those big groups are unapproachable too.
That's all I'm gonna say. So, you know, yeah, I do hate the big groups. But that's a whole nother story. Whole nother story. So, Mr. West, welcome to the conversation, good sir. It's a little late for your introduction, so we're not gonna do it. We're gonna catch you on the outro because we about to be out of here.
For sure. I came. I just wanted to make sure I showed my face, man. I've been listening the entire time. I just been doing some work for clients.
You call it work?
That mud ain't gonna wrestle itself, you know.
Hey, I'm not even mad. Not even mad, good sir. So yeah, Mr. Funk, let me ask you a question. You heard what I said? If a woman was in the grocery store, and she stared at you for 5-6 seconds, looked away, and then looked back at you again, would you approach her?
Of course, I'm a '90s. I was born in '82. Before the age of cell phones, that's pretty much how you had to know. I look back, you look back. If she gives you the look back, you got 15 seconds to come up with something clever to try to get her phone number, and that's what it was. And that's pretty much how it really works the best. You got to be super quick. You got to be clever. The thing that my uncles taught me when I was growing up was they took me to Quail Springs Mall, and they were like, "Look, there's no reason for you to be afraid of speaking to girls because girls are just people." So what they would make me do is go to the mall and approach every girl who was my age and try to get her phone number. Whether I get it or don't get it, it doesn't matter. What they were teaching me is that it's okay to just speak to them. There's nothing to be nervous about. They're people. You try to be yourself and be clever, be funny. If you're not funny, then fuck it. If you are funny, then great. If you get 3 laughs from a woman within the first 3 minutes, get the phone number and run the fuck away. That's really all you need to do. And I think a lot of us have overcomplicated this. I wanted to make the point that, man, this is our responsibility, because a lot of times we go for low-hanging fruit. And the gentleman was talking about how, well, those are the women that, are the ones that are having sex. It's not really the case. And those women are the ones that will actually fuck your life up. Those will be the women that will end up having to fight for your life, because you got to defend her honor. You got to leave those women alone. And that's why we make a lot of mistakes in the women that we pick. That woman that he saw, well, she looks like I can have sex with her. Sex is not supposed to be so easy. Stop having sex so easy. If it's something that's an easy, low-hanging fruit, it's probably not good. It's not good for you. So, and the one thing I want to say about for the ladies, about nice women getting not seen, you see this all the time in our community. The nice women are overweight. If the nice women are in shape, then that puts them on a whole different stratosphere. But a lot of times, these women that call themselves the nice girls that are getting ignored, they're fat as fuck. So what really needs to happen is that Black women in general need to actually focus on getting their weight correct, and then they can be judged appropriately. Because no one wants a nice girl that's just fat. Oh, sorry. Here you go.
I just want to say that Mr. Funk is what the Funk is not a moderator or host of Ask a Black Man. He is a guest, and he is cammed up.
Hey, that's that man preference. I know wrong.
Right.
Ain't seen nothing wrong.
But the truth is, it is very wise for you to be fun, fit.
Faithful.
How you doing, Miss Parker?
Faithful.
Hi.
Oh, we got two ladies. Let me fall back. Oh no, that's the bad lady next to you. I thought we had 2 ladies coming up at the same time.
Hey, Miss Parker. Hey, Miss Parker.
Don't put that fat lady next to Miss Parker. Go ahead and take that video down of the Ratchet Queen next to Miss Parker. Don't do Miss Parker like that. Don't
do Miss Parker like that.
No. Miss Parker, the real one. There we go. That's better.
Miss Parker, welcome to Ask a Black Man Anything. You want to join the conversation, or did you have a question, Queen?
I just wanted to join the conversation. I didn't really have a question. I just wanted to join your conversation. That's all. I wanted to cam up because you asked me to cam up. So I said, let me go on the cam up.
Go on the cam up. Go on and join the conversation. Welcome. How do you want to contribute, man? Go right ahead.
Put it on the big screen.
I know, right? I'm just here for the conversation. Y'all got some questions you want to ask me?
She called us.
Oh, ma'am, it doesn't work that way. This is Ask a Black Man Anything. Keyword man. Unless you want to tell us something,
Is that
you asked me to cam up, so I cammed up.
Miss Parker? Let me see how long your hair is. Turn your head.
Oh no, we're not going there because I watched your video yesterday. it's a ponytail. It's a ponytail.
I'm just fucking with you.
Did she really just swing it too?
Yeah. I did.
I remember her comments yesterday. That's why I'm asking her. That's why I'm fucking with her. I remember the comments she was making.
Yes.
It's good to have you here, Miss Parker.
Thank you.
Ahead. Do you have any brothers or like male cousins, right, who are still trying to date?
Who, me?
Yes.
I have male brothers. I have brothers. Yes, I have 2 brothers and
male brothers.
Okay. Are they both dating or are they both already married?
One brother is married. The other brother isn't.
Okay. So speaking for the brother that's dating right now, let's say you saw him trying to approach a woman who is looking like the woman that was in the car, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go. I see. Oh, look at that." Or he's just, you guys are just hanging out. What would you say to him in that moment? Would you discourage him, or would you just be like, "Okay, go ahead and holler"?
Oh no, I would definitely discourage him. I believe in no cold approach. If a woman doesn't show you any type of signals, any type of signs that she is interested, don't do it. No, I don't believe in it.
Okay,
I
that's
teach my
on
son the
point.
same thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
but but here's the thing, because this is where a lot of men will kind of disagree, and I actually probably agree with you, but I just want to see the point. A lot of men will say, well, again, the girls who want to have sex will be acting like that. The girls who they feel can, the girls who will give it up will be the ones that pattern themselves like that. Brothers aren't really too much willing to fight just to get laid, or maybe sit through the sow through the bullshit. A lot of brothers want the low hanging fruit. So, do you feel that that's maybe the problem on our community, on our side, is that we are always focusing on low hanging fruit?
Mm, possibly, it could be. I mean, I believe that, women control sex. So, therefore, a woman knows when she wants to have sex with you in the first 5 minutes of meeting you anyway. So, it's just a matter of chemistry, it's just a matter of vibes, and you go from there.
Okay. How do you think the women feel on the other end? Do the women have the same complaints? Because
Um,
if we're saying that we're all going for low hanging fruit, then what do the women say in return to that?
well, I think most
So do you
people
guys feel like
are.
you're not getting picked?
Say that one more time, love.
Do you feel like you're not getting picked? The nice girls like yourself. Do you feel like you're not getting opportunities to have men who approach you?
I no, I I don't have that problem. I have people approaching me, um, but I just feel like, yeah, men are always going to go after the person that's the least resistance anyway, because you guys are working for sex. So of course you don't want to work that hard, and you definitely don't want to work that hard or pay more for something that somebody else paid less for. So I understand, you guys and what you have to do, but for us, for women, we get approached every day. And then you got social media. Social media is constantly feeding a woman's ego and, all these other things. So, and it's connecting you to a whole world and environment of people that you normally wouldn't run into in your everyday to day environment. Like Shan. Shan is in LA. We ain't ran into each other yet. But I'm going to be at that Crenshaw game, though.
Oh, you in LA? You in LA, Miss
Yes,
Parker?
love.
You
Yes.
pulling up? You gonna pull up to the game tomorrow?
I'm going to pull up
We
to the
all
game
gonna be
tomorrow.
there. Shahi gonna
Okay.
be there. I'm gonna be there. Okay. Wait. You gonna be on Dorsey side?
No, Crenshaw.
Hey. That's what's up.
Hey, Sea House. Even though I went to Manual though, so
Well,
we
I'm
beef
from.
too.
That's right. Yeah, for real, right?
I hope you both do some live streams from that game, and then somehow in the live streams, when you guys are going live, you end up seeing each other, and that'll be an epic YouTube moment.
I
That
could do
would
that
be.
actually.
Yeah, that would be.
I just like to
Chris,
plant
close us out.
seeds.
Sure thing. Well, Mr. O, what the funk, and Miss Parker. Miss Parker! Miss Parker.
Hey.
I appreciate you for being obedient and coming and hamming
Yes,
up.
sir.
The fellas want to know how old you are.
I'm 39.
He checking for you, girl.
Are you single?
I'm single.
Like single, or just like,
You didn't sound too single.
Yeah, that's all
Like
you
I'm
need
not
to know.
entertaining other men. No, I'm single.
Just single
oh,
enough.
but you get approached all the time. Why are you not entertaining anybody?
Because again, it's the quality of the men that are coming.
So, do you agree that the quality of men is based on the quality of the person that you are? You attract
No,
who you are.
no, I attract other certain qualities of men. It's just the ones that have been recently, just haven't been what I'm really into right now.
And what are you into?
Men as a caliber of you selves.
Do you like to mud wrestle?
Excuse me. I'm sorry. What you say, love?
Do you like to mud wrestle?
Mud wrestle?
Mm-hmm.
I've never done that, my love.
Well, I know a guy. that I'm gonna introduce you to, who lives in LA, and
Interesting.
he loves to mud wrestle. Um,
Why would you want to introduce me to him, love?
because I'm not on the market. You know how you go to buy something on Amazon and you go to click it, but it's grayed out. I'm grayed out.
Why ain't you throwing your man Shannon the alley oop, man? Come on, you a cold blooded friend. Shannon right there waiting for the
Um,
alley oop, and you missing him, man.
well, my brother who is actually gonna get this alley oop is already in the
He
building.
hating on you,
So,
Shannon.
No, he ain't hating.
Mr. West, please explain to her how much you love to mud wrestle. So,
What?
because she's gonna be at the Crenshaw game,
What?
and I'm sure you can find
Yeah.
yourself unbusy
I'm not
Friday
interested in mud
afternoon.
wrestling, my love. I'm not interested.
So you're not interested because you weren't asked appropriately.
Okay.
I love it.
Come back next week and we'll have a conversation. Mud wrestling
Interesting.
101.
Very
She's
interesting.
gonna be at the Crenshaw game. So, do you have your outfit already prepared?
Excuse me?
Do you have your outfit prepared for the Crenshaw game?
I mean, no, but I dress. So
All right. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to send Artistic IQ a DM of what you're gonna wear tomorrow, so you can meet at the Crenshaw game. You take a nice little picture. He takes great photos. So if you need a producer or a photographer, photographer, that's the word I'm looking for. Wes does a great job. So yeah, I'm grayed out right now. I'm not on the market. I'm on the market, but I'm like not in the cart yet, so I'm unavailable for it. But I appreciate the sentiment that you would want to be interested in me. So thank you. I see you every week. I appreciate that. But I'm also all the way in Atlanta. So unless you're gonna come and fly to Atlanta to see me, or you're gonna fly me to LA, I would love to come and see Shan, West, and Shaheed. I take trips. So go ahead and fly me out. Anyway,
Sir,
fellas, it's
you a
been
team player like Westbrook.
say what?
Yeah, so you a team player like Westbrook. Miss
Hey
Parker, I'm sure
man.
no matter where you go, you gonna be shining no matter what. And I very much guarantee that somehow Shannon will see you. So just make sure you're wearing your
thank you,
school
my
colors,
love.
whatever y'all got to do, and Shannon's gonna find you.
Thank you, my love. Thank you, boo.
So with
All
that being
right,
said, I do want to welcome, thank you all for joining us here tonight on Ask a Black Man Anything, Miss Parker, Mr. O, and What the Funk. Thank you, fellas, for doing a fantastic job. Thank you all for being with us here tonight. And most importantly, fellas, take us out. Wes, you can get us started with your outro first, sir. Mr. Stewart out of Los Angeles, California.
Wes,
Take us home.
professional mud wrestler, filmmaker, located in Los Angeles, California. Yeah, it's a pleasure watching you guys tonight. I'm sorry I didn't make it in time, but we'll get it on next Thursday for sure.
Indeed.
Ron, Mississippi, clinical therapist. Great night, y'all. Y'all enjoy y'all night. Y'all be blessed. Love on yourself this weekend. As I always say, self-love is the best love. I don't know where Shaheed at, so I'm going to give it to you, Shane.
Appreciate everybody for joining us tonight. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. We need the likes. Please like the video. That's super important. And I'll see you on my channel tomorrow morning. And then we'll see you right back here for Ask a Black Man Anything again next Thursday. It's on you, Chris.
Jerron, you had some Hennessy tonight?
Nah, man.
Hey, I ain't never seen Jerron this laid back, Shan.
Right.
Jerron had an edible or something. He
Nah, I'm just chilling, man.
yeah, I know what he
He
doing.
did something nice for himself. Self-love is the
Oh,
best love.
that's what it is.
Hey, that's my motto.
He did something nice for himself. Facts. Had an edible or something. Anyways, Chris Davis from Buffalo, New York, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Author of The Edge of Greatness, and also author of the Ultimate Vetting Guide, which is coming out on Black Friday. I look forward to sharing that book with you all, and you enjoying the journey of vetting. I am the host with amongst these amazing co-hosts of the most dominant show on YouTube called Ask a Black Man Anything. Peace, and we out.
So Crenshaw, where's that? What time is that game, Sean?
5 o'clock, I think.
Where's that? Is that Crenshaw, huh?
Yeah, it's at Crenshaw. Shaheed said.
The varsity is at 7.
Shaheed gonna need a
You
park.
said what?
Where you gonna park at, Shaheed?
I don't know. I'm gonna be a little late because I work remote, so I'm gonna sign off until 8. But I'm right up the street, so.
Oh, okay. You know, because for that game, the parking comes all the way over to I'm on 6th Avenue, so that the park, you know, motherfuckers be parking all the way to my block. So that game.
I might just Uber up there.
Yeah, man. I might slide through, man.
Where's you ain't gonna go, man?
You said what?
You know you ain't going.
Hey, man. You never know what I might do, man. I'm unpredictable. I'm lying. I'm very predictable. Yo, yeah, the date, man. The 23 people date. That shit was crazy.
Oh, no,
Never in a million years.
I take stuff like that with a grain of salt.
You take it with a, what'd you say?
It was in like China, so I don't know cultural component to it or what, but that's crazy.
I can barely hear you.
And it was in China, so I don't know if it was like a cultural component to it or what.
Oh, is that really what it was?
It was like it wasn't in the States.
Yeah. But whatever the scenario, yeah, it's 23 people. I'm not doing that at all. I'm not doing that at all. I'm not trying to impress nobody. If it's her and her girl, y'all have some great posed some great possibilities. If her girl is there and she invites her girl over, and she invites the girl to actually join us for dinner, I'll foot the bill and I'll take that L, but we won't be going on a second date because there's no if her girlfriend was there and it's you know, she just kind of meeting up out of the blue and it's random, then there's no point in her staying at the table with us because she was obviously there for another reason. Yeah, it's a problem.
So there's no second date, Wes?
No second date, bro. No second date. No. No. Well, that's I'm lying. But I've already at that point put her in a box, so it is what it is. But now,
I said she's gonna run the her friend and my wife.
I can barely hear you.
She wanted to run that risk of her friend enjoying my vibe. That's on her.
All right. Threesomes will be in effect.